Hello, everybody. No introduction needed tonight because we're ready for the cocktail lounge, Woodbine style, but also on the cusp of the 24 hours of Breeders' Cup Madness here on Trust the Profits. I'm joined by one of the Stable Duel's finest and one of our finest, Tim from Riders Up. Hey, my man, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing wonderful. As you said, it's Breeders' Cup Eve. So we'll do a little cocktail lounge excitement tonight, talk a little Breeders' Cup and get ready and talk about the exciting thing that's going on in Trust the Profits this weekend as well.
Yeah, very exciting. Very exciting. And look forward to having you all join us tonight. We're looking forward to some. We're going to be going through races 4 through 8, and if you guys are in the stable duel contest tonight, let us know what your thing is, what your screen name is, and how you're doing, and we will definitely shout you out. And if you're doing fantastic, so looking forward to a fun. And I'm going to bring up Woodbine here for us. We're in race 4. I'll just bring up the screen here for us, Tim. 1 second here.
Absolutely.
And I noticed that Jeff Brait's play of the day, Walter Milad, is the hold on a second here, is also my pick. So we're liking that. Exactly. So we're liking that happens. 1 second here.
I know I missed out last week because I was busy and wasn't able to join, but I watched a little bit of the replay and I saw, I guess you guys had some winners in the lounge.
We did, yeah, we did. Had a good week, yeah, exactly, yep. So
let's do it again.
Yeah, exactly. In 1 second, I'm just trying to get the screen here for us. I don't know why this is not on a second here.
Hello, Anthony. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for joining, guys. 1 second here. I'm just trying to get our screen up here for us. 1 second here. Trying to see. My screen is bigger than normal. I don't know why this is happening, but okay. But we're going to do that in a second. They're just coming down the hill, so you have plenty of time here. But yeah, thank you, Anthony, for joining us. And we are race 4, and I'm going to read those conditions for us, and then let's see who you like here, my man. So the race 4 conditions are as follows: 6 furlongs, claiming 25,000 for 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races for 3-year-olds. And who is our pick, Tim, here in this first 4th race?
So I like a horse that I thought was going to be a little bit of a price, but I really landed on the 6 horse when I started handicapping. I like the third off a layoff angle, and the only horse here. One thing that I look at, Sean, in these conditions to where a horse has only won one lifetime race is I always like to look at what did they win? How did they win it? Regardless of the rest of it, how did they win? And this is the only horse in here that broke its maiden in a maiden special weight. Yeah. So, and then from there, obviously the horse has been racing against a little better, was in a stakes a couple races ago. And I think at this level, you can see the horse responded a good third by only half a length. And I think that, oh, excuse me, I was looking at the wrong one there, but basically came back and still, I think that the horse has got a big chance.
Yeah, absolutely. And the value right now, let's just take a quick look here and see what our odds are. I'm trying to see here. 1 second here. We're just having a little bit of a technical difficulties here, but we're going to get that going. But the, yeah, and I think the odds are very in your favor here. We got 7-2. You're getting a lot of play here. So
getting some play. I mean, morning line 6-1. I really like the horse, and it looks like he's Co's second favorite with the 5 here. And everybody, I think, is landing on the 4. The 4 was the morning line favorite and still holds right now. But as I say that, the ticker just clicked, and now the 5 is the favorite at 5-2. So we're still getting 4-1 on the 6. I really like the horse here. I think he's definitely interesting. And I've got another horse underneath that I really like at a little bit of a price. I landed for second. A horse I really like here is the 2. One first time out, and then obviously they thought a lot of the horse, and the horse was running against a little better. And I think the horse is finally settling down. Those lines don't jump off the page here, but running against better, they're dropping him down here. And I think that with that and adding blinkers, the horse could probably wake up a little bit here, third off a short layoff from the summer.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. So we're, I don't know why the screen is doing this, but yeah, I have two horses here for our stable duel thing. I have both the 5, which is Walter Milad for our friend Michelle Love, who has just had a fabulous year. She's really spotted her horses very well throughout the year. She doesn't have a huge barn, but when her horses run, they come to play. And at this level, Walter always seems to be this seems to be his favorite group of friends. So I like him. And then for a bomb, a little I used our friend Alexander McPherson, I should say Doug McPherson, I was going to say, but I'm a Star Scholar for Alex McPherson, Douglas Fogamoto. I'm throwing that last one out. Just bumped sideways right out of the gate. Just lost all, and he just took him right back. And I think if he can come back to the form that he's shown on the synthetic, he could be a real player here. So. And look who we have joining us now. We got a third member, Tim, the one and only Keith, each and every stride. How are you, my friend?
Oh, what's going on, Sean? How are you? And Tim, thank you for having me tonight. And hello, everybody. Nice to see you all. And exciting time of year now with Breeders' Cup this weekend.
Absolutely. Definitely. Exactly. I'm just going to be off just for 1 second. I'll be right back, guys.
Sure.
Yeah,
right
sure.
back.
Good to see you, Keith.
Hey, you too, Tim.
I was looking at the schedule for the next couple of days. I think I might join you tomorrow night.
Oh, that's right. Hey, it's I saw the opening, and we're gonna do the marathon together. All in. So it's gonna be a fun weekend.
It really will. And we're trying to get at least 2 people, I think, at all points. And the time you were on, you were by yourself there. So I think I'm gonna jump in with you.
Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, it's try to help out, and it's going to be a lot of guests and a lot of handicapping and betting going on. And I see everybody in the chat here, and thank you. Todd says I have a little bit more of a beard. It's a little colder weather, so I'm staying a little warmer.
Keep the face warm.
Exactly. Oh, good. So yeah, I was heard a little bit of your analysis. Which horse did you like again here at Woodbine?
So I really like the 6 on top. I think that the 6
Nice.
horse, and like I was telling Sean, I don't know if you heard that part. One thing I always look at when every horse is only one race is what did they win? And this is the only horse that broke its maiden in a maiden special weight. Everyone else was in a maiden claimer. And so the horse has been racing against a lot better. They're finally dropping the horse down. And I think this is probably the right level. And even that last one, which was at this level, that was a good finish. It's 4th, but 4th by only a length and a half. So not horrible. And Emma Jane back aboard. I think the horse has got a big chance here.
Yeah, I like it. I actually have that horse as my second choice here. Yeah, I rode third start of the year, and Emma Jane back riding again. And like you said, you made some good points there of the field that it's coming out of. And I liked the number 8 just from a class perspective here for Silent Fortune. And just comes off the refreshing, gets the hot jockey and vibes. And yeah, I saw a lot of class droppers tonight. I don't know, is that a normal thing, Sean, that you're back? A lot of class droppers tonight.
Yeah. So what we're seeing tonight here, guys, okay, this is going to, and Mike Witten, how are you, man? Todd, Blair, everybody. Trish, how are you, love? What do you call it? So basically what you're seeing now, okay, is at this part of the season, we're into November 1st. They have a month to go in the meet, okay? A lot of the barns, this is their last races of the year, and they're trying to get rid of their horses. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the smaller barns, the Canadian horses don't run, unlike the New York horses when they go down to Florida and all that stuff, or somewhere else, like Penn or wherever. The Canadian horses really don't travel. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the connections are trying to they have to lower them to try to kind of get rid of them for what they can. So you see a lot of droppers in this period, where especially from the maidens to even to the claiming, just to try to get something for them rather than being stuck with them all winter, so you see that a lot now.
You do. And you kind of see that everywhere, obviously to different extents, but you're absolutely right. I think it's a lot more prevalent in Canada.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's it was interesting. Someone was asking me this weekend about Moira, right? And she's running in the Phillies turf, and Canadian horses don't travel like as much as the American horses go from track to track to track to track. Canadian horses really don't travel much. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that she had to go on a van from Woodbine to Kentucky and then fly out to California, that's a long trip, So that doesn't mean she can't win, but I'm just saying that's not a usual thing that they're used to,
Yeah, it's a big traveling, a lot to ask, and
looks like we're loading up.
Yeah, we're loading up. Oh yeah, what's our official bet here, Tim? I'm gonna let you be the first one.
So let's do this. I want to do an exacta key box 6 with the 2-5.
There we go. Love it.
Oh.
Box 6 with the 2-5. Good luck to everybody. Let us know who you like here.
Nice.
Blair likes 5, 6, 7. Todd, I think like me, like Walter Milad.
That last click, the 6 is now the favorite in this race.
Yeah.
Wow. See, the public heard you there, Tim. Yeah.
I know it. I shouldn't have given my pick out.
Tim is E.F. Hutton. They listen. Exactly.
Moving the needle. Moving the needle in the lounge.
Yeah,
Awesome.
They're moving the needle.
Yeah, I had the 6 as my number 2 choice, so I definitely like the 6. Yeah, I went 8, 6, 5 here.
What's up, Tony?
Let's see if I can get the call here.
Jimmy's Big Day is coming along.
Can you guys hear the call?
Yeah, I can hear Robert Keller.
Jimmy's
Yeah.
Big Day.
Yeah, awesome.
Sunshine tentative for Luis Contreras, gate 4.
I couldn't figure that out when I was
4-1 is Silent Fortune.
Yeah,
Sophia
there
Vives
we
has
go.
had 2 wins in succession and looks for a third with Silent Fortune here.
Yeah.
Short fields tonight, but they're
There
taking
you go.
their time. Some of these runners showing some antics at the gate. Super Sunshine, another one to pull
Hey,
back.
Tony.
Had a scratch at the
Tony
gate
likes the
previous.
5-8 here.
Front of the gate open here for
We've
number
had
4,
some
Super
very
Sunshine.
fractious horses tonight. Very, very interesting.
As the barn looks for a double, the Cerebro
Been
one.
tough at the barn at
2
the
races back.
at
Now
the gate
Jimmy's
tonight.
Big Day
The gate crews had their hands
is
full.
moving
Yeah.
along and goes up.
Now Walter Milad
Forest
is the
Star,
favorite.
Larry
2 to 1.
Munoz, and to the outside, Silent Fortune.
I think the 2's probably
Leading
going
the
to
lineup for the start.
lead here, and we'll see.
Has gone to gate number 8 a little bit tentatively.
Oh, he got bet
Silent Fortune for Sophia Vives.
Sophia going for 3 in a row.
Late money coming
Yes,
in on the
Sophia's
had
fence.
the
big
Putting
hand
on the
tonight.
rinse at
First
7-2
race,
as they're
19
off.
to 1
And
second.
good start,
you know.
Forest Star. Won the break. Coming through, Walter Milad and going up in the center, Super Sunshine, and putting on the Ritz up the rail to second. In the early part, Jimmy's Big Day third last. Silent Fortune got back, and the trailer is Star Scholar. Neck and neck in the early stages. It's putting on the
Yeah,
Ritz,
to use a
going
little
through on the
energy to
inside
get
to
there.
take over from Super Sunshine. They've clapped on the pace to lead by 3 lengths. Going to third, Jimmy's Big Day crept up the inside of Walter Milad. Forest Star 3 wide, and on the extreme outside, Silent Fortune. They swarm after the top pair. Star Scholar's 2 lengths away last. Racing inside the 3/8 and out in front, putting on the Ritz by 3/4. Super Sunshine, 1.5 lengths away. Jimmy's Big Day. Then Forest Star, Silent Fortune. Walter Milad scrubbed up to get back into the hunt. And 2.5 to Star Scholar, putting on the Ritz in front. Jimmy's
Come
Big
on,
Day
6-2.
is emerging.
Wow,
Comes off
6,
the
come on,
inside,
here we
looks a
go.
threat. And on the outside,
Here they
Super
come.
Sunshine down the stretch,
got
and
the
it's still
trip.
putting on the Ritz in front. On the outside, Jimmy's Big Day, and trying to get home, Walter Milad. Forest Star on the outside. And
Wow.
Jimmy's Big Day going up with Super Sunshine, Walter Milad, and Forest Star. Larry
Come on,
Munoz, Forest Star, and Walter Milad, and Jimmy's Big Day. But Forest Star at 30 to 1. What a win.
Wow.
Forest Star first,
Wow.
Walter Milad second.
Shocker.
A head
Wow,
box,
wow.
Super Sunshine, Jimmy's
Shocker.
Big Day for the minors. And then putting on the
30
Ritz,
to
Silent
1.
Fortune, and
Crazy.
last, Star
Woo.
Scholar, 110.85.
35 to 1. What a photo finish. Larry Munoz, Forest Star, Sandra Dominguez. I did not have that one on my screen.
Unbelievable. Let's see. yeah, I always look back, and see, if I could figure it out after the fact. Like you say, we're
Now
always
the opening
experts
quarter
after
went
the
in
race. Too.
22 and
And,
1,
can
a
we
half a
just say we're
mile.
going to have to start building
44 and 4,
statues here
5/8, 57
for
and
our
2
buddy
at
Blair
time.
here on
1:10.
look at this
85. The winner is
5,
7,
6,
Forest
7 at
Star.
Woodbine.
As the longest shot on the board is
Look
first.
at that,
5,
Blair.
Walter Milad is
Wow.
second. A show photo,
Awesome.
7-5.
Well
and
done,
a photo
sir.
third.
35 to 1
Blair.
over 5 to 2.
Wow,
Unbelievable.
that's going to be a great exacta.
Well done, Blair. Blair shouldn't watch any other show. This show is like his lucky show.
Yeah, you really just make a lot of big scores there in the chat.
Oh, he knows Santa Anita. He knows Woodbine. He's one of the really good handicappers. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to. BB Thompson. Blair Boom Thompson. That is his name in here.
Okay.
Blair Boom Thompson. And he got the try. Unbelievable.
Oh, man. Cashing big time.
Great job, my friend.
So, yeah, this is a old Forster horse that, wow, 8% trainer and has raced pretty consistently this year. It just, stepped up in class and was a good second last time, but obviously, back up. It's interesting that the horse was second at the low level 7.5, claimer, and then steps up and performs.
Exactly. And that's why I couldn't bet the horse. I mean, the horse is stepping up when most are stepping down, and there was just a huge class difference.
Yeah, but wow. Kudos to those connections making there,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The one thing I can say, and if this helps you guys going forward for the next couple of weeks at Woodbine, okay? This is a great tip I learned up there.
Show, but Forest Star
Right,
coming in
I'm going to turn
even longer odds,
Robert
in fact,
off here
30
for
to
a
1.
second, just so you can.
Jump was showing around
Hang on a
30s. Well,
second
ended
here.
up 35 to 1. Forest Star ran second last start and now is a winner for the second time.
Okay, here we go.
As Forest.
I'm going to turn that off there for a little bit. Yeah. So the with Woodbine, it's so important. The fact that horses, if they may be in lower levels or whatever, if their form in November and December is strong, right? There are horses that are dropping down for a reason because their form isn't as strong. Yeah, like if you get in like July, every time a $40,000 claimer is going to be at 20,000 every single time. In December, if there's a $25,000 horse that's maybe really in great form, they may beat that $40,000 horse who's not in good form. You know what I'm saying? As long as they're good form in the winter, they're going to run well. And that really shows itself.
Yeah, it's good form horses. I think I would rather. I really couldn't land on this horse like Tim said, but I think I'd rather take a horse that's in good form rather than, like you said, a horse dropping that's kind of been just.
That's one of those you tip your hat. You tip your hat to the people and say, "Well done." They're
Exactly.
Next race.
Exactly.
and we have a true trusted prophets legend here, Jess Tugwell, joining us. Did an amazing job on all the juvenile videos. Major.
Awesome. Yeah, I gotta check them
kudos.
all out.
Not only did you get pedigree, you got some handicap,
hours,
and anybody who's watching, please check all her videos. They are truly amazing and quite informative, and will help you this week, tomorrow greatly. So please watch them. And the other thing is, you're probably seeing it at the bottom here, guys. Drop us a super chat of any amount, and we will send you the full card analysis for both days. That is something very cool, with the weekend. So please subscribe to our channel, but also if you want the picks for both days, exactly, drop us a super chat of any amount, and we will send you a full card analysis, which would be so much helpful for you on the coming weekend. Exactly. Or also consult Blair too. But
awesome.
I'm sorry, BB Thompson. Exactly. Blair Boom Thompson. I'm not gotta call him right. But the so So exactly. So excited to have you all with us tonight on the pre. Zach, are you excited, Keith, for this weekend's action?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm still diving deep into these races, and I'm even looking at those like allowance races that are not even the breeders' events. Because yeah, you got to look at the whole card, and it's each race is just these are the best of the best of the year. So it's quite a deep field to say the least. So if you're right, you're gonna get paid this weekend.
Yeah. How about you, Tim?
I am. I'm super excited. I'm concentrating on the Saturday card. Honestly, I've got to work tomorrow, and I'm not going to be able to watch a lot. I have a couple of wagers, a couple of, but I did a real concentration on everything for Saturday. I want to concentrate all my primary wagers there because honestly, I've got a couple horses I think I'm going to single, and one of them I think is an obvious single. One of them maybe not. And even though it's one of the favorites, I don't think a lot of people will single the horse. And then I've got a couple of price plays. I've got a couple of horses I really like at a price. And if you look at like the last 4 years in a row, you've had a 40-1 winner on the Saturday card. So
yeah,
you're going to get prices with some of these big races.
Yeah. One horse I will. One horse I will shamelessly plug tomorrow because I love him is Endlessly for the Ammermans tomorrow in the juvenile turf. He's out of Oscar Performance, and as we all know, Oscar Performance, his dad won the Breeders' Cup from Post 14. Jose Ortiz's first ever Breeders' Cup victory.
Oh, okay.
Wire to wire. So clearly, if he's like Dad, and this is his home track, and he's 3 for 3 so far. He's looked very good so far. He won at Del Mar, but he has won at Santa Anita. Obviously, it's going to be interesting to see how he stacks up versus the Europeans, but definitely on America's side, he's got Juan J. Hernandez that could never hurt you at Santa Anita. So,
Yeah.
but for Michael McCarthy, so we're hoping he does well. And the other one I like is She Feels Pretty for Sherry DeVoe and Adrian DeVoe. And she ran a monster race up at Woodbine in the Tama and looked very impressive. So she's huge too. She's only 2, but she's a big girl. So I'm hoping she takes to that turf as well. So that will be fun. So, but anybody who wants the real info with the real pedigrees, please check Jess Tugwell's amazing videos. That is the lady to see. So we're moving on here. We're going to forget that 35-1 ever existed. And we're undaunted. We're going to move on to race 5, a mile and 16, optional 50, purse 114,000. And for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 9,000 place. And we have a field of 6. Keith, who is your pick here in this race, my friend?
All right, so yeah, we're looking at Woodbine race 5 here, and let's see, I'm actually getting my notes here. Yeah, I was looking at who's currently the 3-2 favorite right now, Motown Mayhem. I just like this is a lightly raced horse that has already earned over 100,000 in its career, her career, and that kind of caught my eye right there. Just the earnings alone on 4 starts, and I know it's never raced on the synthetic before, but one last time on the turf here at Woodbine, and on September 30th. I just think that there's a lot of upside with this 3-year-old filly, and just lightly raced, and has really been performing well in 4 career starts. And so I looked at the 5 as my top pick, and then I was looking at a price here for my second pick is Curlin Candy, the 6 horse.
Yep.
And this horse just has, good pedigree and has races to look back at the synthetic surface. And, I like the work, the solid 5 furlong work on October 21st. That caught my eye. I like these 5 furlong workouts, and just shows I think the horse will outrun the odds, and it's getting bet actually is kind of half of what the morning line was, so it's currently 7-1 for Curlin Candy. And then I guess I was looking. My third choice is Taurus, if I'm saying that right, the number 2 horse, another Marquesi trained horse. And I think this horse will just benefit back to the synthetic surface and ran a good third place over the summer in July at this distance. And you get Patrick Husbands, who's hot right now, 19% jockey. So that's what I'm looking at here is 562 in race 5.
Yeah, excellent. Tim, how about yourself, my friend?
Yeah, I'm pretty chalky in here, unfortunately. I mean, I think the 5 is head and shoulders above everybody in here, and that last race was really solid for the 5, coming off a little bit of a layoff, and you got Sahin getting back on board, and the horse debuted at a mile, and then basically, if you throw that race out, that's a hard thing to do. Is to your first race go in a route, and even if it's a one-turn route, but a mile is tough. And if you throw that out, the horse is always right there. And you look at, this is a Cassie horse. He's run at Ellis Park. He's run at Churchill Downs. He's run at Gulfstream Park. And now he's up at Woodbine. And up at Woodbine, you see first race there and he hits. And even though this is moving to the dirt, I just think that this horse is head and shoulders above the rest. Both of it, the synthetic, excuse me, but both of his dirt tries, if you look at it, they're good races. They're solid. So the horse, he's very versatile. He runs on dirt. He runs on grass. I have no reason to think he's not going to take to take to the synthetic. And then in second, I landed on the 3. I think the 3 is basically the second best. And the interesting thing here is that the 6 horse. I ended up with the 6 and 3rd. So Keith's 6 horse, I looked at that one as well, and I almost put the horse second, but I'm definitely gonna go ahead and put the 6 in my bets, and I'll probably go second and 3rd with the horse the way that I wager, and place him and the 3 both behind the 5.
Sure, there we go. And we got a vintage Dr. Pace. Hello, sir. How are you?
How you doing
Good
tonight?
to see you. Yeah. So, yeah, in this race, I was very similar to you guys. Obviously, I think the 5 is the horse to beat here. I don't think there's any real question about that. Marcase, MK Racing, he's been Uncle Mo, Spatestown. I mean, if that doesn't say that they're going to love the synthetic, I don't know what will. Very, very solid. And as you said, even and Magic Loot, I mean, those horses, Pumpkin Stone, those horses were very, very good horses. But for Stable Duel, I just took a chance with Witch Hazel. Katarina and Ramon have 25% together. It's such a great combination together. Tony, his agent, does an amazing job with him. And I just think that last group of Forever Dixie solo album, Love to Shop, I mean, 125K, that's one tough race. She was just biting too much off. And their last race was impressive. Raphael does very well for this barn, and I just took a chance with her if anyone was going to beat this horse. So that's kind of the way I see it there. And let's check let's get a quick check of the odds here to see how we're doing here. See what we got here. Okay.
All right.
See what we got. We got so the 5 right now is the 8-5 favorite, which I don't think is a shock to anybody. The 2 and the 3 taking some action here against them. And the 6, a little chilly on the board, is 6-1. No, 6 is
you're getting bet even more now. So
yeah, 15-1 off more than 6-1 on the board.
I like this horse's pedigree, with the curling and just if you look back at the synthetic races here at Woodbine, very good first place efforts here at a higher level too. So I was willing to look at that 6, and it looks like I'm looking at the race on last year in October. That's a 120K maiden special weight. So that's actually when she broke her maiden, but that was a very nice effort and was bet as the favorite. So
yeah, absolutely. This is an interesting race here, For sure. We got William Knoll. And that Jason Service look alike is hot.
If I was playing Stable Duel tonight, I would be all over that 6.
Yeah, yeah, with the 5, yeah, 15 to 1 on the 5
Right.
to 1, you know. And Tim, what were your top 3, my friend?
It was the 5, 3, and 6.
5, 3, and 6. Yeah, exactly.
And I was just looking at the wheel pays, and obviously the 5 is favored in both the double and the pick 3 wagers. But interestingly, in the pick 3, the second favorite in the wheel pays is the 1 here. So the 1 is actually second in the wheel pays.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and there's there's the 3 right there. Witch Hazel.
Yeah, that's surprising to me because that horse is 2 to 1 morning line. It's very cold on the board, 6 to 1 right now.
Yeah,
Yes.
Kazushi. Yeah, Dunslow. Yes. Yeah, this horse has not been on the synthetic for a while, but is 4 out of 6 in the money. You know, so
Right.
and it has $41,000 earnings in 6 races. So it definitely has shown at least an affinity for it. You know, in the past, it's an interesting return. You know,
Right.
the 2 horses interesting here. The Team Valor and Gary Barber entry. You know, this horse led the whole way last time and kind of faded on the turf. You know, but ran a solid 3rd to Devil's Bit and Whimsical Dance, 2 out. So this is a very interesting field for sure. You know.
Yeah, and on the top line in my form, Sean, I put very competitive, almost a toss up below after the 5.
Yeah, I could if someone really if I could even someone if they're playing a pick 3, I could see an all in this race. You know, I think the 5 is definitely the horse to beat, but I don't think it's like a 1 to 9 shot. You know what I'm
Not
saying?
at all.
So,
Yeah, it's being bet like that too. You know, it's actually the 5 just floated up to 2 to 1. So
I'm a little shocked by that, honestly. I thought it should be 4 to 5, 3 to 5.
And you know, Keith, I was watching that exactly, and I'm going to watch it. I'm going to have a win wager on this horse if it stays at 2 to 1, ready to punch. But I'll watch and see if late money comes in and he just drops down. But if he stays anywhere near 2 to 1, I think that's money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Horse
And Chase, hello, sir, saying let's go Ontario ponies. Yeah, they're coming down that hill. And if anyone, I was saying last week, if anyone has seen this hill, right, the outer turf course is literally under is the closest to. So they have to go under the turf course and up, down a hill and up a hill to get to the synthetic because it's actually in the middle of the outer turf course. So
yeah, wow.
And Monique's play of the day is Rosebud's Hope.
Wow, horse we were just talking about. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Hoping for 4 to 1 or better, you know.
All right. Well, she's
let's see
looking
what
good now.
Chase
8
said.
to 1.
Yeah.
Well, it just dropped to 5.
Oh, yeah. Public was like, "Oh, Monique, you know."
Everybody just saw that play and hammered it.
Yeah.
That literally probably just was it right there.
Yeah, she's very good. She's very good. One of the best. So, and let's see what Chase has. Chase has 3-4 with 3-4-5 and to win on the 3. And let's see what the handicappers seem to like 3-2-4, 1-3-5, 3-2-4, 3-2-1, 2-3-1.
Really surprised that the 5's not getting more love. I mean, I like the 3. I had the 3 second, but I just think that this 5 is better than the rest.
Yeah. The only thing I will say, which is interesting, is sometimes those debuts, the first time debuts on this synthetic up at Woodbine can be a little tough for a horse. I'm just saying, that doesn't mean she can't win. She could win this by 8. But I'm just saying that the first, I've seen a lot of horses come up that they thought were going to be big, and it just maybe didn't exactly flatten out, but just wasn't used to it. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then they come back second and pop, you know, once they get a little familiar with it, you know?
I mean, you've got a 3-year-old going against older, and the one's an
That's
8-year-old.
the thing. Yeah.
But this is just a classy horse. I think the horse was a $350,000 purchase, and I just think that this horse is the best horse in this field. That doesn't mean he's going to win or she's going to win, obviously, but I still think that's where I'm going.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I
now
think this horse has a
even
lot of
better,
upside.
5-2, and the 2
Yeah.
all of a sudden is your favorite.
Yeah. Right. Taurus. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's
So,
that's
Look,
that's
it's all over the place. Yeah.
Sherry up there. She's known as on Twitter as Go Philly. She's one of the great handicappers. This was one of her plays of the day.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
the 2. So exactly, and they definitely and smartly so listened to her. So
I just dropped my win money, and now the 5
Yeah, I was just
is.
gonna ask it, Tim. So, you dropped it? Yeah. So, what do you get like a little like like you want to back off? I guess when this the tote board's kind of floating up a little bit, or you just want to send it in more?
I mean, I like this price, and
Yeah.
I'm like a lot of people in that I'm really looking for something. If this says anything to 5 or even money, I'm not betting to win. I may include it in
Right.
exactas because the field is so even that the exactas right now, if you look at them, they're paying pretty decent. So
Yeah.
the exactas across the board, the lowest exacta is a 5-2. So the top 2 favorites, and that's $15.30 for $2. So not horrible. But if you look beyond that, the lowest one is $22, and most of them are 60s, 40s, and 60s. And
I'm going to
and
try to
beyond.
win us some. I'm going to try to win us some money here. So I'm just
Oh,
going to
good. Yeah,
go
so-
with just a $2 exacta box, 235.
Sounds good.
Cool.
I
like
think that's the exactly but I definitely think, and Chris D'Souza, let's see, Blair likes 245. BB Thompson likes
Blair's
245.
hitting. He's riding high right now. So, good luck, Blair.
No. Thank you, Chase, for the compliment, my friend. Much appreciated.
man. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. And Chris D'Souza joining us. Hello, buddy. He's got the 4 to win in place and a 4-1-3 exacta box. So
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sean.
You can see how wide open this field is.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Who the favorite is now. Yeah.
I would just say that on the 4, I was looking at this one a little bit. So KK jumped up last time, but now they're going back to Sophia. They get the 5-pound weight break again, and I think that this horse definitely has a shot at being underneath. And Sophia, she's on fire today.
There you go. And Jess has got a very strong thing. Jess feels like she just bet Blair's picks blind to try and build a BC bankroll.
Hey, you'll
Not
be,
a bad strategy at all, my friend.
positive ROI. It looks like
BB gives
especially-
out winners.
Wow.
Exactly. Exactly. So
That's awesome.
you cannot go wrong with that. Let me tell you. Yep. So I'm going to put the official bet here.
Yeah, I was wondering why the public was now the public's back on the 5. It just, you never know until that gate's going to open. But I guess maybe the public wasn't a little too thrilled with this workout on October 19th. But I don't know. I still think that this is a horse with a lot of upside. And a lot of these other horses in the field have had a lot of chances compared to this horse. So.
The other thing is too, I'll tell you this, the perfect example. Now she ended up retiring, but I'm just saying when Wonder Wheel came up here, everyone thought, oh my God, she's just gonna just engulf this group. You know what I'm saying? And she just did not take to the poly track at all. Just wanted no part of it. You know what I'm saying? So and that was a Mark Casse horse as well. So you know what I'm saying? So sometimes just because they're coming up and on dirt they could be amazing, but sometimes just that transition from dirt to poly just isn't their strong suit, Well,
and to Keith's point, if you look at that 19 October work, I mean that was on the poly, which was a 51.4 furlong, and but if you look back, the horse has been working on the artificial surface, so
sure. Right.
So she's got works over the surface, and I feel pretty confident. Cassie's having a great meet at Woodbine.
Yes.
He did not do very well at Keeneland, but he's having a really good meet up at Woodbine.
Yeah. And this is the one thing, remember this, okay? This is why I think the 5 has a huge chance. A fast workout with from Marcase, followed by a slow workout, means that he's all systems go. He does that all the time. He'll do the fast workout, get it out of the way, and then just bring like almost like a resource workout right afterwards.
So this is the kind of info I live for. So that's a good angle right there. So that's really
that is if you see a fast work followed by a slow work, that means he's all business.
Yeah, I mean, and this horse debuted at Gulfstream, and like you said, was in the Kentucky circuit, and yeah, his first time on the synthetic. I know at Woodbine, but I just like what I see here. So
Exactly. Like I say, other than the mile debut, which is a hard thing to do, and that wasn't a horrible race, even though it looks like the horse was beaten a lot. That wasn't bad for a mile debut. You throw that out, and it's 2 firsts and a second, ridden by Julien Leperoux and Tyler Gaffalione before Sahin gets aboard.
Yeah. The other thing is with the 3, who's now down to 5-2. That was my pick both on the video and in Stable Duel, right? Was that people should get to know Katerina Vasieva. She's one of the best up and coming young trainers up there. She's done very, very well with her horses, and she's a great year. She's 21%. And what you notice with her is her animals buyers just go up and up and up. She just builds the horses very slowly, very methodically. And they just, I think the last one she came, I think that just the group was too tough. You know what I'm saying? But she just loves building her horses as the year goes along. And I think she's going to have a major say in this race for sure.
Well, I mean, if you look across the board at the works on this horse fires in the morning.
Yeah.
She just needs to take that to the evenings.
Absolutely.
And sometimes horses do that. They run really fast in the morning, but not so great later on in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And notice how she kept her short. You kept her short throughout her 2-year-old because she thought she was maybe a little bit behind, and then as she got the 3-year-old, she stretched her out, and then she responded greatly, and that's what she does, which is great. Trish, when she grows up, wants to be Blair. That's not a bad thing at all. Absolutely.
Well, we just had Halloween, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Trish, did you dress up as Blair for Halloween?
We didn't really talk about this 4-horse. I just really kind of passed over this horse, but yeah, this betting board is it's pretty solid right now. Now the 5, 7-5, so it's going to be interesting.
This is what I expected, late money.
Right.
Yeah. Here we go. 6-5. Here comes the money. Yep. And I'm going to bring the sound up here.
2, which Hazel has gate 3.
This is bring the sound up here. We can all hear Robert right now. Yep.
It is now the turn of Pemberley.
There we go. Down to 7-5 now, Tim.
Yes.
Moving the needle.
And it is now Curlin Candy to complete the field for the start.
All right, here we go.
For Emma Jane
I'll take the 5. That's who I have in Stable Duel.
And set to run.
And the 3 down to 2-1.
Off their race. Very good start. One of the best away. A Rosebud's Hope and Curlin Candy from the outside. Driving in the center, Pemberley, and showing up is also Motown Mayhem. Tourist taking a nice sit behind, and on the outside, Witch Hazel trying to angle forward to the inside. Curlin Candy deep on the track and will cross and leads by about a length to on the inside. Rosebud's Hope. Pemberley is up in the center. The outside, Motown Mayhem.
Yeah, the 4's like, give me some room.
Up the rails, and a length away last is Witch Hazel.
I don't have any. I'll make mine.
They work into the backstretch, and Rosebud's Hope on top.
I don't think anybody really wanted to lead there.
A length away, Tourist has had the run of the race. Off the track, Motown Mayhem has covered ground. Pemberley's got back, and Witch Hazel remains last early, but little between them.
The 4
Rosebud's Hope getting out by a length and a half to Curlin Candy.
Totally opposite.
Tourist going through on the inside of Motown Mayhem, 2 to Witch Hazel now second last, and back to the tail is Pemberley.
I think so.
Racing through the opening quarter, which was 25-1 to the half. And the
See,
pace was then
get her rolling.
49-2,
And you can see she's a late runner.
Hope with a half mile to run by a length and a quarter. Curlin Candy on the outside, taking aim is Motown Mayhem. Tourist back on the inside. Witch Hazel coming into it well. And 2.5 to Pemberley is
6 is
last.
gonna
Inside
come
the
on
3/8. Rosebud's Hope engaged
3's
strongly
gonna
by
come up
Curling
late.
Candy and
2
Motown
is getting a
Mayhem.
nice trip.
Right behind them, Tourist and Witch Hazel on the outside. About 5 away last Pemberley. 3 across the track. And Motown Mayhem trying to drive
Oh
by,
man,
but
the 2's
Rosebud's Hope still in front.
dying
Curling
for
Candy
room.
there. Witch Hazel lets loose down the outside.
There we
Tourist
go.
looking for a run. And now Witch Hazel coming right down the outside
Now
to
let's hit
gobble
our
them
bet.
up and go
Come
clear.
on, get her
Out
in.
into second, Tourist
Get her
finishing
in.
on. These
Come
were
on,
the only
5,
2
hang
that
on
were
for a
given
second
really
here.
beautiful sitting
Yeah,
position.
so we
Look
actually
at
hit
Witch
our
Hazel
bet.
just accelerated
Oh,
It's,
okay, you
away.
had
it's,
the 2,
Slice
right?
of
I put the
real
thing wrong, but
brilliance
we
there.
had
Witch Hazel
325.
by 4.5 to 5
Oh,
lengths
good.
at the wire.
I
Tourist
I put the
second.
wrong
8 lengths the
race, but we
rest.
had
And
325.
Motown
Yeah,
Mayhem,
so
Rosebud's Hope,
we
Wow,
are a
Pemberley and
winner.
last. Curling Candy, 144.96.
I know a couple people were on that 3, so congratulations. I saw
Yep,
Chase was in the chat and a
325.
few other
Yep,
people.
not. Yep,
Right.
Yep.
I thought that's what you said. 325.
yep, I did. Yeah, I put the wrong race. Is that yeah?
Checking
But
the
we said
times
325,
on
and
the
that's
race.
exactly
You
what
got
we
it.
bet.
25 and 1.
That's exactly
Nice.
what we
Mile.
bet.
I'm in
So
49 and 2.
winning here in the lounge.
Quarters,
There you
130
go.
and 3. The mile, 138 and 4. The time is
See, I actually want to go to the probables.
1:44.96.
Sometimes I can't
Witch
wait for
Hazel,
the
a big
official
winner.
results.
Yeah,
Woodbine takes an extra minute, so
yeah. This is one of those races. Like as I told you, right? Katarina
Quarters,
is
3,
so
Witch Hazel over
good
2
at getting
Tourists.
horses.
5,
Now,
Motown Mayhem and 1.
interesting
Rosebud's
that
Hope,
the
3,
5
2,
came in
5,
third.
1.
Okay, on the debut, obviously the 4 didn't do her any favors around the first turn, you know. But this is one of those races where put that horse in your stable duel, you know, or not in your stable in your stable mail. You know what I'm saying? The next time
Right.
she comes out, she may be at like 4 to 5 and win by 7 on her second time on the poly. Sometimes they just need one on that track, you know.
I just think she got a really bad trip. If you look
Oh,
right there,
yeah,
that
yeah.
when
was a
she
bad
came out,
trip.
she was pinched, then she was bumped, then she was pushed
Yeah.
wide, and
Yeah, she was the widest. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
that 3 really did get the trip. I actually called when we said those things. I said the 3 is getting, the 3 is coming.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, I
And
thought the
from
2
last to
I thought
first,
the
Tony.
2
Yeah,
wanted to
thank
get
you.
out too. Yeah.
And I think we're going to get a good exacta here too. We got the
Yeah, we're
best of,
looking at we're looking at a
Yes.
$12 for a buck.
Yes, a 24. Good. Okay.
Nice.
So we're ahead on the night. Good job, people.
All right,
Good
there you
job.
go. Cheers
Good
to that.
call.
Back to the winners list today is Witch Hazel, has now won 2 from the last
So
3 and
far,
3 lifetime. Congrats going out to Borders Racing Stable Limited and Katerina Vasilyeva as the winning trainer. This is a 3-year-old bay filly by
Yeah, that betting
Australian
board was
sire
all over the
Stern
place.
out of Druides, and Bernard
This horse
McCormack,
got bet
McCormack
late
bred
too.
the winner in Ontario, and Rafael Hernandez with a very fine winning ride.
So
as
far,
Witch Hazel
if you
takes on as a
watch
very
my
impressive
what do you call it?
style.
If you watch my video there on from Tuesday, I've come in first, second, and first.
Wow,
So-
there you go.
Not bad for a good start there.
Very solid.
Yeah. And Keith, you're gonna have race 6, my friend.
All
Thank you,
right.
Chase. Much appreciated.
Yeah, awesome.
Charles in the house. How are you, my
Turns are
friend?
in $7.40 with the result official. The
Thank
exact
you,
is
Chase, as always, for the nice
$24.40.
words, my friend.
The
Yeah,
price
Witch
is
Hazel. That's a
$3.35.
horse,
Super's paid
folks. Put that horse in your
$110.80
stable mail.
for
I think she's
3,251.
going to be
You had the
really
double
tough
7-3,
next year.
422.50.
You know, as a 4-year-old, I think
Swinger
she's going
bets
to
on
be
Yes.
really good.
3,285.
No, she's
25 to
hitting.
25,
I think we're going to see that
25 to
Motown Mayhem and Taurus did not lose. Really, they lost to a really good horse. You know, that is one to definitely
And the big
watch
3
for
numbers in
future.
473, paying well
wagers
at
for sure.
$1,021.25 with the previous winning.
Exactly. Look at the pools. 110,000 early pick
Oh,
4
wow.
is down to 472. The pick 5 that 139,000 is down to $19, and the pick 6 was 21,000 is down to 11. So
It's crazy.
that seven horse in the last race hit a lot of people out.
I love when they show that the live money. Does every track do that? Because I haven't
No.
seen that on too many
No,
tracks. I love that.
Woodbine, Mohawk, and Woodbine do that. And I think every track should show. I think that's
I
one of the
remember
best
agree.
features of
Pompano with a
Woodbine.
harness track, Pompano, when it was around, they did that. That was cool.
Yep. So very good. So okay.
Yeah.
So So what do you call it? So what did our exacta pay there, Keith?
All right, let's go to these results
Very
here
good
for you.
start. One of the best
Yep,
away.
thank you.
Rosebud's
We
Hope and
got
Curling Candy from the outside, driving in the centre.
so
Pemberley and showing
Witch
up is also
Hazel
Motown Mayhem.
over
Tourist
the
taking a nice sit
2-horse
behind, and on the
Taurus
outside, Witch
is
Hazel trying to angle forward to the inside. Curling
$12.20
Candy
for a
deep on
buck.
the
So
track.
we're looking at a
And will cross and
$2
leads by
wager
about
we
a
put
length
in.
to on
So
the
it's
inside. Rosebud's Hope. Pemberley is
$24.40
up in
was
the
our
straight.
pay.
Okay, so we
The
made
outside, Motown
$12.50,
Mayhem. Tourist saving
and
green
Tim
flag
only
out of
used
the rail.
6, so he
Far left
didn't
away last is
exactly.
Witch
So
Hazel.
Right.
so
Tightly
so
packed
we're
up
up
as they
6.
work
We're
into the
at
back stretch, and
56. Our
Rosebud's Hope on
bankroll right
top
now
by
is at
3/4. Curling Candy a length
$56.20.
away. Tourist
All
has had
right,
the
well,
run
there
of
you
the
go.
race. Off the track,
So we just
Motown
build it
Mayhem
step
And we
by
gave
step.
Tim, in all fairness, we gave
and
Tim
Witch
one
Hazel
heck of a
remains
tough
faster.
race there. That could
Well,
have been
and we
that could
jumped
have
right
been
into
all
it and just
button.
I just threw a button.
Tourist
You know,
going
I
through on
just
the
threw a
inside
bet
of
out there
Motown
based on a
Mayhem.
quick,
To
you
Witch
know,
Hazel
a
Yeah,
quick
second
right.
draw.
last, and back to the tail is Pemberley.
But
Racing
no
I
through the
think
excuses.
this
I'm
next
okay.
which was
race
25 and 1 to the
might be
half.
the toughest one
And
on
the
the
pace was
card,
there
but we'll see.
49 and 2, and still out in front. Rosebud's Hope with a half
I
mile
don't
to
know. I
run
got a
by
pretty
length and
solid
quarter.
opinion in
Curling
here.
Candy
Oh,
on the
well.
outside.
But-
taking
But I
aim
but
is
I had
Motown
one in
Mayhem.
there
Wanna
on the
hear it, yeah.
Tourist
5.
back
So
on the inside. Witch
Yep,
Hazel
there we
coming
go.
into
So
it
we're
well.
gonna
2.5
go away
to
from
Pemberley is last. Inside the
just for a little
3/8.
bit here.
Rosebud's
Just
Hope.
Yeah.
let them go on their way. Okay. So now we are going to race 6. And I'm going to read the conditions here. The mile and a 70th. Maiden optional claiming 40,000 per 65.9. For maiden 2-year-olds. So we got some babies here coming up in the greater Ontario area. And Keith, this is your race. So I'm going to let Tim go first and let us
Nice.
know
Yeah,
who
sell
his
me on
pick
these
is.
horses. Yep.
need some help. Wait, I need help. Why are we doing that? No, I love the 8 here. I don't know why, but I absolutely love the 8. So we've got a maiden optional claimer, 40,000. If you look down here, I mean, this horse has been in a maiden special weight. So this is an honor code out of APND, ridden by Emma Jane, who's ridden the horse a couple of times. The horse has been solid. If you look when the horse stepped up from a 5.5 sprint to a mile and a 16th, that's no easy task. So if you look at those 2 lines and you're just looking at the lines, you're not looking at the details. And Piper's Factor is a tough horse. That was a really tough race, and that horse is going to be good. So I think as a 2-year-old, if you look at this horse, the question here is dropping in for a claim, and I think it's exactly what Sean talked about. I think they're putting the horse in to win here. They think they're going to win. They're going to get a check, and I think that this horse is probably going to get claimed. Right. And the interesting thing here is I like the first-time Lasix on a 2-year-old after a couple of races.
Yep, absolutely.
So I really like the 8 here. The horse I put in second was the 5 horse. I think this 5 horse can be a price, but if you look, this is really interesting. The horse goes from maiden special weight into a maiden optional claimer and had a better line. And the horse is a maiden, and they enter the horse in a stakes race.
Yeah.
So obviously they think enough of the horse to do that. It wasn't much of a race, and going back and looking at it, the horse was clearly bested by much better horses across the board. But then the horse comes back, and now they drop it back down to where I think the horse belongs. So was that just getting one more race under the horse's belt as a 2-year-old? I think so, but maiden special weight most of the time, stakes race, they think a lot of the horse. And if you look at what the horse did the one time he was in a race of this level, the horse is right there, and I think is right there again. So gets Flores on board, stays on board, has ridden the horse one time, even though it was in that stakes race. I think that this horse can definitely step up, and you know, we're back on, not only was that a stakes race, but if you look at it, I mean, it's a grass stakes race, right? It was on the turf. And I think this horse likes the synthetic better. If you look at when the horse ran on the synthetic, I think those are better races. And I ended up 8-5.
Excellent.
Nice.
Yep. And
good.
in this race, my first pick was Hatmaker Gizmo for Josie Carroll and Savachi. I mean, Saheen has just been riding amazing all year. These two, when they get together, they're 21%. I love the fact that this horse tried the turf versus Night Stalker, no more options. Didn't really like it, but ran a very solid 7 furlongs. The Ivan Dalos barn right now, Colleen and Ivan, they have been, you see them all often. They're the purple and the green colors that Josie has. They are on fire right now. All their whole barn right now is just, I mean, they're just walking on coals right now. They're so on fire. And I think the stretch out for Amy's Gizmo, Giant's Gizmo out of an Empire Maker. And Empire Makers do like the synthetic, out of a mare. I think this horse is really going to be bred to run to the this distance of mile 70. So I was 4, 2, and 8. But it's Keith's choice. And guys, let us know who you're liking out there. Maybe you can sway Keith a little bit, or exactly. Which is great about
Keith,
Tim.
And Keith, just so you know, I only listed 2 horses. I literally wrote down on the top of my form 8, 5, all except 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I literally think that
really
anybody can get underneath. I wasn't a fan of the 3 horse in here, but that gets our friend Abe Lee from Assiniboia.
Oh, okay. That's a good point right there. Yeah, it's I just thought this race was very competitive, deep field, and I do agree with a lot of the points you guys made on these horses, and I actually landed on a lot of the ones that you were just mentioning, and I did consider the 5 too, who is actually my 3rd choice, but yeah, it's a tough race, and I'm gonna make a decision for obviously the Cocktail Lounge, and I did look at this 2 pretty closely though. I did like the this angle here I'll pull up of raced at a higher condition, now drops in the lower maiden optional claiming level. And I think you like this angle, Tim, is that let's see, we're looking at September 24th, this horse last raced. And we're looking at 3 workouts since then. So actually had 3 workouts during October. I do like to see that. And it's currently, let's see, we had a 5-2 morning line, just not really getting to bet right now. But I looked at the 2. That was actually, as I looked my notes over here, that was my 2nd choice. I did have your 8 as my top choice here. You made a lot of points with Fableman. Only their career start stretching out, and the pedigree suggests will like the distance. And you mentioned on the honor code and consistent work tab. I was thinking, I those are really like, and then I looked at Sean's 4 also. So I was looking at just those 4 horses. I really didn't consider too many others. And then as we see, the 6 Bucks Fitz is actually the favorite right now at 7-2. So I thought it was a wide open. I'm gonna obviously make a decision.
Wide open affair. Yep.
And the I thought we might even get a price on the 8, and he's floated up a little bit, but I'd be very surprised if he stays at 7-2. But if he does, again, I like the horse a lot. But I agree with the points on the 2. The thing about the 2 for me was one thing that I like as an angle is I very much like a sprint to route to sprint.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of the opposite. I'm not a fan of the route to sprint to route. And to me, the amount of times that I've watched that, it doesn't pan out far as often as the sprint route sprint.
Sure.
So, and that's not much of a, I mean, it's a 7 furlong, which technically, I guess, less than a mile. So they consider it a sprint, but that's kind of a mid distance. So it's not a true angle. If that was a mile and a 16th to a 6 furlong and then back, but here we are back over a mile and again for the 2. And I just wonder if with the 2, they're kind of searching. And that was my thought. It's like, where does this horse fit? And I don't mean class wise. I think they think of enough of the horse that until now they haven't put him in for a claim, but now they have. So what's that say? Here we're at the end of the meet. It's like what we've tried this horse on the grass. We've tried him on the synthetic. We've tried him sprinting 6.5 a mile and a 16, 7 furlongs. They've not repeated distances with this horse. And it's like, I think that they're trying to dump the horse, honestly. and that's
Okay.
that's why I jumped off the 2. And I like some things about the 2 as far as who he's run up against, but
Right.
again, that Piper's Factor race, that was a good race, but beyond that, that's just when I look at things like this, so much of a variety. When you look at so many different races, I think they're trying to find, what does this horse do well? And I think maybe they've decided, because they're dropping him to a climber, okay, this horse doesn't do anything well, at least at this point.
It's
And it's
certain. Actually, you bring up a
it's
good point.
it's a 2-year-old. It's a 2-year-old. So
Yeah.
a lot of horses grow up and don't do well to 3, 4, and there's nothing wrong with that. But so sometimes I think they're better off just let the horse race continuously at one thing and try to get better and grow up. Or take a layoff and let the horse sit out until he's 3. A lot of horses don't do well at 2.
Yeah, let the horse tell
Robert
you.
Geller. Robert
see it.
Geller is with Tim on the play of the day, Fableman. Exactly.
I like
So
it
what do
a
we
lot.
got?
That's why I
10
said
minutes.
I really like this horse a lot.
And
As I
Ernie's
looked at
Clocker
the
report.
card, it's one of mine.
Ernie's dreaded clocker report. He's like 31% with winners. He's picking my 4 Hatmaker Gizmo. And he was entered in a stakes race, and they did not, and goes here instead. So I think this horse is definitely going to be live tonight.
Yeah.
The other horse that I have in my stable duel is, and this is such a Sid Attard move. This is Kevin Attard's uncle, for all those people who are, there's so many, what do you call it? And this horse, he kind of goes on the Katerina Vasieva thing, start them short, get a foundation under them, take the blinkers off, and then try the distance, not saying that this horse is going to, wow this field, but he's going to be close, I think this is usually a Sid Attard move, bringing them around 2 turns, give them 4 or 5 foundation races, and then let them try the 2 turns once they have a foundation underneath them. So I think the 6 could be.
So Sean, do you know who this Papa's Picks is in Stable Duel?
I do. That happens to be my dad.
I know.
Exactly.
That's why I bring it up, because Dad is sitting in second right now.
He is doing fantastic.
Wow.
Exactly.
I know you're going to give him a call probably after the show, right, Sean?
I've already texted him and said, I'm coming after you, Dad. Exactly.
Sean's in 7th, so Sean's in striking distance.
Yeah.
And I'm right behind Sean in 10th.
True story. Wow. True story, guys, right? He gave me a call. There was the Santa Anita, it was like a $5, all win. There was a on Stable Duel tonight, and shout out to our friends at Stable Duel and Bree as always. But this is funny. So my dad, he had 9 horses, but he couldn't find the 10th horse, right? So he didn't make it in. So he says he sends me his team how he would have done, right? First, second, 4th win. Those are his first 6 horses. So he said, "Oh no."
That's crazy.
But he's doing good here tonight. So exactly. So Chase, let's see what Chase got here. Chase has got the win in place in the 5 and exacta box.
Right, he was looking at that 5 also.
Yeah. Jeff Brait's got the 8. Monique's got the 4-8. Ron's got the 8-2. DR's Consent's got 8-4-5. Doug's got 4-2-5. So your 5 is definitely being used by a lot of people in the wagers,
Yeah, and I thought that's a horse we might get a price on. I mean, right now, I still think we may, but
yeah, absolutely, yeah. So we're 6 minutes to post here. Horses. This is always good to look at the horses too. Chris D'Souza, we got he's got the number 2 to win in place, and the 219 exacta box that will pay very well. Chase has great synthetic pedigree on the 5, and I do agree there.
So what do you guys think of this situation with the 5, though? I saw it before. They're having a little trouble saddling the horse.
Yeah.
And he's not on the track like the other ones.
No,
so.
he's still in the saddling enclosure.
He's getting the juice.
Yeah. Some of the horses there, they actually have, it's pretty cool, Keith. They have a room where you can bring in your horse that's separate from the rest of the horses. It's
cool.
actually right behind him there. And like if your horse needs a little more quiet, they can go back and
He looks like he's ready though.
Yeah, it looks like they settled it. Yeah.
Okay,
right, guys.
we got
I'm gonna
BB.
put
We
in
got
my bet
BB
here.
Thompson's pick here. Breaking news! Breaking news! We got BB Thompson's pick here.
I should probably just
268
tell the
he
pick.
likes here at Woodbine, and Chase likes him pissed. So there you go.
There you go. A little fiery right there.
A
Yeah.
little fire in the belly. Exactly. Yeah. So
Cool, guys. So I'm actually, maybe I'll look at these horses real quick. But what do we got? 5 minutes to post.
5 minutes to
and
go. Yep, plenty of time.
I'm
Plenty of
leaning
time.
towards a play.
Yeah.
Yep.
By the way, I think today in California, just for people, it was like 83 degrees today. So it was
Wow.
pretty hot.
I don't know about you
Pretty
guys,
hot out
but
there.
here in New York, it's been a very cold stretch.
It's been freezing in Boston, let me tell you.
Yep.
Right. Even here in the Kentucky area, we've had a bit of a cold snap. We had our first couple of freezes, temperatures down into the 20s overnight. So,
Right.
but over the weekend, we've got some beautiful weather coming up. We got some high temps coming up in the 60s and up to even low 70s in the beginning of next week. So,
Excellent. Excellent.
so
Yeah.
I will tell you which way I'm going, Keith, and I know it's
Yeah.
your race and your call, but just I think I'm gonna stick with my exacta perspective to where I think I'm gonna play an exacta with the 8-5, and I'm gonna
Nice.
play it straight, but I'm
Wow.
gonna play a couple of tries, and I'm gonna play an 8-5 all and an 8 all 5.
There you go.
All right, cool. The 8 looks very nice on the track here. Just very composed and focused.
Yeah.
And I'm watching right now because I may drop a win bet. We're 3-1. And like I say, when
Probably might get
I
that pick.
handicapped this card, I don't know why, but I just kept coming back, and I always like to look, especially when I'm playing stable duel, who's my first horse, who's the horse that I really think is going to win, and the 8 was it. I mean, out of all the races, now the 3 in the first race, I think it was, but no, it was,
Right.
the 3 in the first race, I picked that one, but this 8 was right up there with all the ones we were going to be on the broadcast.
And you have Emma. Both of them.
Exactly.
Yeah. And let's see. Chase is under the blanket, under the sweats under blanket. Is that Arkansas or is that Arizona?
That looks like Arkansas for me. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Jess finally turned on the heat here in Texas, but we'll be warming up next week. Excellent, Jessica. Tony's body shuts down in cold weather.
Me too, buddy. I don't like cold weather.
I hear you. And 9 and Chase 9 with a deuce drop, late market mover. There you go.
All right, guys. I think I got my bet
A
here.
little bit
Yep.
lighter. The 9's a little bit lighter now. Yeah. Arkansas. Okay. Thank you, my man.
All right. What you got, Keith?
All right, so yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna do like a El Hombre play here. I'm gonna do a exacta key box here, and I'm gonna key the 8. I like the 8 in the exacta, so I'm gonna key the 8, and I'm gonna go with a 3 horses underneath. I'm gonna go with the 4, 5, and 6.
8 with the 4,
Play
5,
for
6,
a buck or
8.
two. I think what is that? $12, I think for 2.
Yep.
All right, cool.
There you go.
You know, sometimes as handicappers, you just like you had, you were thinking one thing, and then as you look further into the PPs and the pedigree and everything, you kind of just, you could do that. You could change your mind, and hopefully it doesn't bite you. But I kind of jumped off the 2 a little bit there as you were talking, Tim, and then I see the betting public is a little cold on it too, 6-1 right now.
Well, now you've done it, Keith. Now the 2 is
Now I
winning.
put the horse in the
Thank you
winner's
for
circle.
that. You put him in
Yeah.
the winner's circle.
I'm gonna just hammer this horse on the side. No, I'm just joking.
My 4.
But I like it, yeah.
I just have the 4 cross here. I think this
All
the
right.
4 is getting a little bit of play here. I think this 4 is going to be a very live horse
Yeah.
here.
And now he's the favorite, Sean. So
Yep. Yeah.
All right,
I
well, we
really
got him
like
in
the way
exactly here. I'll put this up here. Yep.
that Dalos barn is just going so hard right now. Chris wants us to talk about the 7. Okay. Interesting. We can do that, my friend.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about him.
Let's see here.
We got a little hat maker.
Nice
gizmo.
stalker. Yeah. I think this horse likes turf. I think this is a turf horse. I just don't think this horse likes the synthetic as much as it does the turf. You know, there's no more turf racing at Woodbine for the rest of the year. So
Right.
So now we're now going into the gate.
And I think that's exactly what you're seeing here, Sean, and what we talked about earlier. This is a turf horse that because there are no more races, they're looking to see if it gets a claim.
Yep. Yep.
Right, just to put him in a race too. Yep.
Yeah.
Is Thor's Cause.
All right, here we go now.
Start.
I feel pretty good about this bet, actually.
Yep. Yep. Me too. Yeah.
4 is down to 8 to 5, Sean.
Getting hammered.
Don't like that.
You bet the 8 to win because you're getting a price now.
But of course,
Yeah, 7 to 2. Yeah.
Saheen on that 4, he didn't help us out last time.
Awesome entry just behind the start as Hatmaker.
Chris has got a $1 exact to 8-7.
Forward has gone in at 3 to 2 now. Next to join is Awesome.
Tony just boxed the 2-3-4. Good luck, Tony. Good luck, Chris.
I did drop a win wager on that. Now we're 5 to 2, of course.
Anthony does rhyme with 11. You are correct.
Next awesome entry settling.
And it is a prime number.
Luis Contreras in the lime green.
3 to 2. Boy, this 4.
On Night Striker.
There's another betting board all over the place. I wouldn't be surprised if the 8 gets clicked down really late.
2 to load after that. Night Striker, the barn of Eddie Catrayan.
Late money coming in here on this 4.
Fableman going in. And to the outside, Mucho Magnifico.
Mucho Magnifico. You don't get Kazushi much at 16 to 1, that's for sure.
This field is set to run all in and locked up.
Right, here we go.
Girl. She just clicked down to 5 to 2.
Back to the tail though, Bucks Fizz and shooting for the early lead. Out deep is Night Striker on the inside. Camarosa sets a fast pace in the center. Bucks Fizz, a length of Thor's Cause. Mucho Magnifico is up on the outside as they take the turn out the stretch, and then came Hatmaker Gizmo. A length in behind them is Fableman, the outside of the Frontiers Man, and the early trailer. A length behind them is Awesome Entry. Racing out with the lead, Camarosa by a length to Night Striker, 1.5 to Bucks Fizz, relaxing in third.
I like where Imogene is sitting much more than Saheen.
Then came Hatmaker, Gizmo, and Fableman. About 3 away, second last, the Frontiers Man, 1 off the inside, started to improve. And last of all, as they settle, is Awesome Entry. The pace slackened a little bit there. And out in front, Camarosa, joined by Night Striker. 1 away, 3 wide, Bucks Fizz. The inside, Thor's Cause, the center, Hatmaker, Gizmo. Mucho Magnifico, 3 deep. Fableman's going up 4 deep. 5 wide, the Frontiers Man. And 2 lengths away last is Awesome Entry. They raced inside the half mile, and Night Striker pushing Camarosa.
That is a bunch.
Third, and Mucho Magnifico striding forward on the outside from Hatmaker
Gizmo.
Says,
who do you like here?
Is Fableman, and out wider on the track is the Frontiers Man. A gap to Thor's Cause, and last is Awesome Entry. Out in front, Camarosa on the inside. Pressed by Bucks Fizz 3 wide, then Night Striker. Right behind them, Mucho Magnifico. On the inside, Hatmaker Gizmo. Fableman's off the track behind them. On the inside, Thor's Cause as they corner. And Bucks Fizz has run up to hit the front. On the inside is Camarosa. Mucho Magnifico trying to get them both. And then Hatmaker Gizmo. Out in front is Bucks Fizz. On the inside, Hatmaker Gizmo
coming through, Sean.
Thor's Cause from the back. And Mucho Magnifico sticks on. Hatmaker Gizmo up the inside. And Hatmaker Gizmo gets the lead late to go through and win. Hatmaker Gizmo from Bucks Fizz and Mucho Magnifico. And on the outside was Awesome Entry. 144.30.
Of course, Saheen brings it in this race and not last race.
And the Dalos effect is just rolling right now up at Woodbine.
All right, well,
look out, Dad. 1, 2, and stable. Look out, Papa.
Oh, nice call, Sean, there. And then
4 and 3.
I thought the 6, yeah, 6 got second. Yep.
But I liked your bet, though. I did. I think that was, you know.
144.30.
Had another wide trip. I picked another horse that didn't really have that great.
It was a wide trip.
It didn't really fire, too, at the same time. Kind of ran in spots.
That was a really bad ride for the 8. Not jockey ride, just a really bad trip, should I say?
Yeah, that was a bad trip. Yeah.
Way too wide all the way around, and then coming into the stretch just took the horse like 5 wide, and then had nothing left.
If it, and as
So
I
he
said
had
to you
the
guys
trip.
before, this is such a sit-a-tard move. You know, give them 4 or 5 races short, and then try to launch your horse, you know, around 2 turns. And the 6 for first time around 2 turns ran pretty well for
Second
second.
place,
You
2,
know,
6,
Yeah, I
Right.
looked at that.
Fizz, third, 9, Mucho Magnifico, and 5, Awesome Entry, fourth.
I thought the 9 actually was big danger down the stretch
Yeah.
there. I was like, another
Yes.
long shot's gonna win.
not many times do you get Kazushi at 17-1. That is for sure.
Yeah,
Well, and you know, this 4, Sean, he keeps stepping up a little bit in
4,
distance
6,
from 5 to
9,
7 to a
5
mile to a mile
unofficial.
70, and you know, speed figures are kind of going up as well for the most
Yeah.
part. So, other than that grass race, but yes, so good call,
yeah,
Sean.
very.
Yeah. But so
All right. Well,
But-
I
but
couldn't.
we're only-
I couldn't
hey,
put
we're-
a
we're
win
right
bet
in
on
it,
the
though.
9 to 5. Yeah.
but I liked your bet, Keith. I really did. You know,
Yeah.
I think it was. We're all geniuses after the race. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
No, but I
exactly.
think that was, you had the 4 in there, you had the 6, you had all the players in there.
Yeah, if I boxed them, but you know, like you said, it just after the fact, and yeah, there'll be what we got late daily double time soon, so that's good.
Yep, and no, absolutely, absolutely. That was a great pick.
My
was
my
great.
value pick in this race, if you guys remember, was the 5, and that's who I took in the stable duel because he was giving me such a good price. So that's
Yeah,
a fourth.
that's excellent. though.
Good
I'm
Yeah,
okay
job.
with that 20 points in stable duel for
yeah. And after his little
for just
thing in the,
$750.
see, Chase
Nice.
likes his
Gizmo,
horses
nice winning
pissed,
ride,
and he
Sunny
came
and
out.
Savachi
You know,
for
he
Joseph
was
Carroll,
determined to
Andy
get
Delos,
4th.
and Hatmaker Gizmo
Yeah.
is Siamese Gizmo.
Yeah, Matt, you know,
And
failed to
Hatmaker
menace. Always
follows
said he
Farm Red,
likes
the winner.
little
That is
fiery,
winner
you know,
number
on
1
the
on the board
track.
from
You know, he
4
wants a
starts. And
little energy, a little
Matty
uptick.
Perry's
So that's good.
Clocker
Yeah.
report winning. Hatmaker Gizmo with a nice up the rail winning ride by
Hatmaker
Sunny
Gizmo.
Savachi.
Oh, they got a lot of handle that race, almost 500K.
Yes.
Yeah, they do very well on a Thursday. They really do.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'll be right back.
Yep, no problem.
Yeah.
Yep. And to show you how hot I am today at Santa Anita, right? I think
we
there's
got-
18 people in the game, and I'm in 18th. So that's
That's
I put a
tough.
team.
Yeah.
Keith knows this. This is my golden rule, and I went against it today. Keith, what do I never do? I never put a team just in to put a team
It
in
is a
5
return
minutes beforehand,
on
and
the
that's
winner,
exactly what
Hatmaker
you get when you
Gizmo.
put a team
I
in
used
5
to do
minutes
that.
before.
It just
Just
never
have a
works
team.
out.
Is to place
Never works.
One
650.
time I just
Joe,
put it in
Mucho
just on
Magnifico,
connections, like
770
just,
Joe.
this jockey,
That
this trainer,
exact
this looks good, and it
37.10.
just, I was like
I
one of
think
the
the
last ones. You know, you
245.75
got to
is
really,
paid
you got to put in the work.
$1,050.
Yeah, you do, right? And I just put a team in, just
Double
almost
3,
like you did. I just went and
3734
terrible.
1,775.
I mean, like the free
Five, four,
ones,
six,
like if I'm
with a bet,
just, you know,
830,
down to the couple
498,
minutes, if it's a free one, I'll just throw it in. But yeah, you're basically probably throwing money away if you don't. I try to put at least like an hour into the card. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. You have to. I think to seriously have a chance, you really have to know, especially if
always
you're going
say,
on
one of
odds
the quotes
like
that
at
stuck with
Horseshoe.
me-
If you tried to
Yeah,
go
one
on
of
the
the quotes,
Horseshoe
like-
morning line, oh my God, you'd
Yeah.
be like in trouble.
Oh, okay.
$25,636.60.
The pick six, someone is alive at 83 cents.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Good luck to that
Live
person
money,
who's got the
83
83
cents.
cents alive still. Exact, the 4-6, 37.10.
I'm looking back at the chat to see if anybody really liked the 4 too much. Let's see.
Yeah, not too many.
That was a pretty wide open race. Yeah.
Yeah, Blair like 268. Chris like the 2. Yeah. Chase like the 5. That was a tough race,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the close up.
Yeah, very good value. Yeah, that was a close race. 5 right there too. All right, Keith. So we're moving on here, bud, to the
All right, we got
7th
the
race. The late daily double, as they like to say. Take that off
I
there
thought this
for
was
now.
another interesting race here too.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll read the conditions here. 7th race is a mile and 70th, maiden optional claiming 25,000, purse 49.6 for maidens, 2-year-olds again that have never raced 3 consecutive starts. Here we go. All right. Keith, you want to start us off? Who you liking here in race 7?
All right, cool. Yeah, another race with 2-year-olds, so you gotta love it. So let's see. We got looking at the field here in my notes, and I started with I'm looking at the morning line favorite. Is actually my top choice here, Royal Hudson,
Yep.
and I just thought this drop is significant compared to the 2 starts that this horse ran over the summer, and these connections are just. I know it's a very short sample, but I actually laughed at this when I saw this. They're 3 for 4 so far, so they're hitting
Yep.
at 75%, and you get one of the top jockeys here, Kamara, and I just thought this is another good. You probably would know more than me with this Air Force Blue. I've
Yep.
seen
Air
them
Force
pop up
Blue.
and win
Yep.
some big races. So I was looking at the 3 just from that standpoint. It was as my top pick, and then I like the who else was I looking at here for you? The number 4, Candid Candace.
Yep.
It's going to be my second pick here. This was one career start a few weeks back, and now it drops to this maiden optional claiming level. And I really like the work, the nice work of 5 furlong work after that race. And I just going back to that angle again. It's a second time starter, so maybe could figure things out second time. And let's see, so October 7th ran and then had a nice 5 furlong work after, so I liked that. And you got the hot jockey there. And let's see what else we have here. So I like the 4 there, and then my third choice was going to be this number 5, Adesso.
Yep.
Okay, this horse a look here too. And this horse actually veered in from the 1 post. So that's actually not the place you want to be. So you veer in from the 1 hole. That's really going to put you back in the inside. And then these horses are going to get the advantage on the outside from you. And it just comes back with a solid work. And I just thought Emma Jane had a lot of live horses tonight. So you
Yep.
get Emma aboard, and gave that 5 a big look too. So I was looking at as simple as 3, 4, 5 here.
Yeah, and reloads are definitely known to go longer. So
Okay.
I don't think that will be hurting you in your camp at all. Tim, who are your picks, my friend? Or do you want me to go first? Because this is your race.
You can go ahead.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, the interesting thing is, and Keith, you brought it up. I mean, Parente and KK are just on fire together, and KK's been white hot the last like week and a half. He's basically told everybody, this is my show and this is my jockey title. So Saheen was kind of closing in a little bit, and then Kazushi said, put on the afterburners and said, "This is my show," So I definitely think this group is the. He was bumped in his first race, so I completely throw that race out. And his turf race was YMECA is a good Maracase horse who came in third. So that was a real quality a real quality group he ran against and stayed with them. The only question I will have is, and Smart Strikes do like the synthetic, is does he like the synthetic? You know what I'm saying? That's the only question. But I think the 2 turns and Kazushi will definitely help him. But I was on the 4. I went 4, 3, and then 5. I was very similar to you, with a maybe long shot look at the 9. But the fact that Michael J. Doyle and Saheen are just light, they're lightning when they get together. They just hit. The fact that Saheen gives this horse another chance, and he puts the blinkers on, I think this will be a more focused horse, probably more up towards the lead. So that's my I'm 4, 3, 5. And I used nobody in Stable Blue because I did not like this race in terms of.
Oh, okay. So you just skipped it altogether. So yeah, we like the same horses, just different order. Yeah.
Yep. Tim?
So I mean we're all pretty similar here. I was 3-4 instead of 4-3, and then when it came to third place in here, I looked at the 5, but I was trying to look at somebody that I think could get me a price, and the horse, which one was it? The horse that I kept coming back to here was the 9.
Yep. That's the horse.
Yeah.
I said a long shot. Yeah.
So that's the horse in here that I was gonna put underneath of the 3 and the 4, because when I look at this horse, you know, you look at that. Remember, I was talking about going sprint route sprint, and this is the opposite direction. But when I look at that last race, I mean, the horse on artificial, he sprinted, and then you see that out of 11 horses, he was 11th by 11 lengths, and then coming into the stretch, he was 6 by 4, and then ended up finishing 4 by 3. So, but I don't think the horse is a sprinter, and the horse was coming late, and I think that the added distance here obviously is going to be something that the horse is going to be looking for. The thing that I see in that race is that the horse liked the artificial surface. So I think the horse likes the artificial surface, and in a sprint race, which isn't the horse's forte, came out of the 1 hole, now gets the outside to where he's going to be able to position himself easily. And I just really like this horse to get a piece underneath. I think that the horse is totally capable of getting a piece.
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty solid in here, 3-4, 4-3, however you want to put those two. But I think that the play in here, and this is where I'm leaning, unless we see something in the chat that looks interesting or anybody disagrees. I think this is one of those races to where you have 2 horses that I think clearly stand above everyone else, and you quit trying to get cute and you go exacta box and you just play it for a little more, and that's it. 2 horse exacta box one way and the other, and that way you're covered. I think it's just one of those races.
Good, very good point.
Absolutely.
And if I was betting it personally, and I will, but this is the kind of race, this is the kind of wager that I do when I see 2 horses. I'm boxing those 2, and then my try is going to be those two, and all.
Yeah.
Awesome. I know you've hit those kind of bets before, so that's
exactly.
Great.
Yeah, I hit a couple of them. If you remember, I don't remember if you were on, Keith. I thought maybe you were, but there was a night at Assiniboia, I did like 2 in a row on the last couple of races.
I remember. Yeah, I think I might have been in the chat that night, but that I saw that. It was very impressive. Yeah, that's how you can really find value too, especially if you feel really strong about 2 horses, and then you could just hit the all button for third. Yep.
Yeah. So we're going to do an exacta box. Yeah, and if anyone feels strong about their picks, hit Ombre up. He's currently adding videos with different peeps' opinions. So feel free to definitely hit the man up. Exactly. Thank you, sir. We're going to try to finish strong. And Tim, our bet is just exacta box 3-4?
I think so. And let's decide how much we want to put on this race, but I think we play it a little heavier and we just hit that and we go.
I love it. What would you like, my friend? $5 exacta box? $10?
That's what I was thinking. No, 5 is fine. A $10 total wager.
Yeah, excellent. Yep. I love that. Yep.
You know what's funny, Tim, is the bettors saw what you saw with that 9. Did you see that? It was
I just noticed it. It's like that was the horse that I was looking at to be third, and right now the horse is third in the wagering, and
Tim is moving the needle tonight.
But that's very good handicapping by you, Tim, because you saw that, and then the public saw that, so that's good.
But the 3-4 is the exacta that's paying the least, but $21.50 for $2, give me that all day. You
can't beat that at all.
And 4-3, if it comes the opposite way, which I'll take that. That's $37 for $2.
That's the one thing I obviously I know I'm a little biased. We all know that, but that's the one thing I really like about Woodbine is that you don't get like a lot of $8 exactas, even with favorites. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes in New York you can pay like $8.60. Right. Churchill can pay like $9.20. You could have 2 favorites in Woodbine and can still pay $30. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In certain races.
Love it.
You know, exactly, which is remarkable. You know.
Yeah, you're very rarely going to see like a like even like you said, I think the last week you said you're rarely going to see like a 1-5, 1-9 horse in Woodbine.
Right.
But my buddy Carl Lagerborg, I got to give him so much credit, right? He makes races that are competitive. You know what I'm saying? It's very hard to single a horse at Woodbine. It really is. You're like to just single a horse in a race, you know? And he makes it. He does a wonderful job. He and his staff up there with making the races. You know, they're fantastic up there.
Too bad Hombre's not in here with us. I just had a bourbon ball and it was delicious. I know how much he loves bourbon.
Ah, there you go.
I think somebody was going to send him a package. I don't know if he ever got it. I think it was.
Oh yeah,
Mike
our buddy Mike was supposed to send.
Yeah, Mike was going to send it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it looks like I don't know if we're getting bad weather there. Maybe it looks a little precipitation there.
Yeah, we'll see exactly.
Oh. You know, this 4 is adding blinkers too. So
it's definitely cold. We know that.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
By the way, Tim and Keith, you'll like this. We're in early stages, but I'm kind of looking crystal ball in terms of 2024, and I think Spin may be on his way to Keeneland for opening week of Keeneland, April 3rd through the 8th.
We're there, buddy.
Oh wow!
So Tim, you be ready, and you know.
You got it.
Now I got to see if I can.
Even Hombre here's got April 3rd through the 8th at Keeneland. Keith, maybe, you know. Keith,
yeah, it's never too early to make those plans. Yep.
Yeah. Keith is now a Kentucky veteran, you know.
I loved it. I went to so many tracks this year. It was an amazing experience.
Yeah, and look at the picks here. We got 329, 243, 236, 236, 34, 34, 39.
You guys see Hombre's comment?
Oh yeah, let me see here.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
There you go. Blair. BB Thompson is just hitting everywhere tonight. At Santa Anita, the man for Halloween, he just went out. He just stuck money all over himself, and he just went out as BB Thompson.
Hey, Sean. Trisha was asking about the marathon. So Trisha, basically, what Trust the Profits is going to do is, since this is the biggest weekend of the year, and you've got all your Breeders' Cups, and the races are both Friday and Saturday, what they're going to do is, instead of just being on the air while the races are on, they're going to do a 24-hour marathon for all of the Breeders' Cup races. And from the beginning of the races on Friday all the way through the end on Saturday, we're going to be on the air. And that includes overnight, Friday into Saturday. So make sure you join, because it's probably going to be Keith and me. And you definitely want that inside, because we've got all the winners for Saturday.
I'm gonna be watching Japan racing. I'm gonna be just everything Australia, and then of course we're gonna be talking Breeders' Cup horses. So.
That's what I did all week, Keith. And I was telling Colin, I said I have watched so many YouTube videos of Japanese and English races and French races and Irish races, and it's just like, because you got to get familiar with all of the invaders, and you want to see their races.
Really,
you can't really see that the same way you can by just clicking on the races in DRF. They don't show the international races, but if you look them up, they're all on YouTube, and that's what I do. And I go and I watch the races.
I struggled
it
to
starts
find the
at
workout
3:30 p.m. on Friday. So from 3:30 p.m. on, we will be having around the clock coverage of the Breeders' Cup and other things. So we look forward to having you all join us throughout those 24 hours. It should be a fun time.
Hey, Cindy.
3:30 p.m. And Cindy, how are you, my friend? Great to see you. We haven't seen her in a while. How you doing, my friend?
Welcome again.
Hope you're doing well. Great to see you.
I'm still liking this 3-4. They're 1570 and 2310. I think that's a good bet.
Yep.
I'll take that money all day long.
Yeah, just from a pace perspective, I just didn't really see that much. Like, I think the 4 might try to go to the lead, especially with the added blinkers. Might be a little bit more focused now, and I just didn't really see much speed. I think the 4 hopefully can kind of just dictate things a little bit on the front, and then I did like the 3, as well there. So I do like the play.
Yeah. So
Let's
this
see how
was a
these
race
work.
that I honestly put at the top of my form. Right, can't find form. Like usually in my head, I can see where I think a race is going to kind of develop. I just couldn't, like in terms of like with a definition, like a definite speed, and.
This 4 looks ready to rock. Wow.
Oh, wonderful, Cindy. Yep, moved into a new place. Congratulations. And we're
Oh,
looking
okay,
forward to
very
always
good.
having you. Always a great guest. We love having you, my friend. So welcome back.
Good to hear.
Great to have you.
Sean, Papa's still in second and you're in fourth. Oh,
All
they
right,
haven't put race 6 in yet.
Oh, they haven't put race 6 in yet?
No.
Oh,
Is this a?
But
I didn't get in
you're
this
gonna
one,
pass
yeah.
him with race 6.
okay.
Oh, okay. You're gonna get a phone call, Sean, saying, "What are you doing?" Yeah.
Exactly.
So what was this? I didn't get in this one. Was it $25 entry or?
15.
15.
Oh, okay, good.
I just got a text that said, "You bastard."
I remember I was with you at the Penn Derby. You were calling your dad and say, "Hey, look who we just ran into." So that's cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, exactly. He's a big fan of Bremont, like everybody.
That was fun. Yeah.
That was a great time, my friend. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, with the weather and everything, we just, we made the best of it and got through it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got no pick in this race, but yeah.
Cindy said she's all moved and now plans to be on more. We like it, Cindy.
Wonderful. Yeah. So, yeah. And it's, I'm just checking here the show pool. Yeah. The 9's got the most money. No, not no. Let's see, checking here. The 3's got all the show money right now. The daily doubles. Let's check this out. 3 is the favorite, 16. The 4 is 22. 5, 66, and everybody else. If you're alive and hit that, you're doing well.
But I like it because 3, 4 are pretty solid in all of them. And
I think,
I say, this is just one of those races. Sometimes it just turns out this way to where there are just 2 horses that seem like that it's those 2 and everybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. Yeah, everybody. Are you going to put that bet in? 3, 4, 3, 4 all?
That
I've already done it.
That one's been locked in. Yeah.
It is locked and loaded.
Yeah, I was just looking at this 2 horse a little bit. I just thought it was interesting that the horse ran third at the lower level, then now they kind of stepped the horse back up. I mean, we actually already saw one winner with that angle tonight, so I just thought it was maybe a little horse that could at least be used underneath the 2. Yeah. Oh yeah, I see a couple of people have included this. So we got Cindy likes the 249 box here, and Christopher's looking at a 235 box.
Yeah, with the 2 to win in place, a 10 to 1, that'll be a nice hit.
We haven't heard from Blair lately. What's going on?
Yeah, well, Blair just hit the Santa Anita, so he's still counting his hundreds. Exactly. Blair, who do you like in this race? BB Thompson, who do you like in this race at race 7 here at Woodbine?
$349.
349.
That sounds familiar. Sir. That's exactly what I had.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Update in Woodbine in first place. 6pm Nation,
okay.
The Spin Nation.
All right. And the contest now. That's what I always say when everybody was in first. Yeah.
Papa's down to 4th.
Yeah, still there though.
Oh, you guys are dominating though. The Nolans are dominating. All right, guys, we're loading in here. So we got the official bet in, right? Yeah.
Even the other day on one of the contests, I forget it was through 4 or 5 races, Smurf on the Turf was in first. That's my mom.
Oh, well, okay. I didn't know she was a stable dual player. Awesome.
Yeah, Smurf on the Turf. Yeah,
No,
That's
no,
great
I'm
name.
down.
all that name.
No, I'm
There was
down.
one night. There was one night when Tim and she were battling up at the
Yes.
at the top of Asanovia Pride. There, they just were relentless.
And we have
It's a
to
fun
say,
time.
I ended up taking her in the
You
end.
did, yes, you did. Yeah. You both cashed, but yeah, exactly. But that was a ding dong battle
That
down
was
the
fun.
stretch.
That was fun because we were live and talking about it.
Charles has got a 3 with a 2, 4, 5, 9 exacta try, super
Nice.
key boxed.
Good luck, Charles.
Blair's
luck
got the
now, yeah.
9 to win at 4-1.
Oh,
We don't want the
everybody's
9 to
loading
win.
pretty
We want the
nicely.
9 in third. And
Yeah, I
actually,
want to see how this 9 runs here.
actually, I don't want the 9 in third. Let the 9 finish fourth. And I only say that because I've got this 3-4, 3-4 all, and I want a price in third. Here we
There you
go. We're off.
All right, we're off. All right,
Well, let me-
4 did not get the
Nine
lead
is
like I thought.
last. Got a bad break.
Yeah.
And trying to get across is Clarence B
go.
just behind the main flight as they take the turn out the stretch. In the center, Canted Candace, and back on the inside, second last in the early part to the rail, Dubawi Bull. A length away last, True Shot. The top pair singled themselves out early, Computer Hacker and Whitingfield. They've gone out by 4 lengths to Royal
Wow.
Hudson in third. And
They're
neck away
flying.
Adesso and 2.5 lengths away trying
Yeah.
to keep up
Well,
is
actually, it's not that
Peanuts.
fast.
Moving forward is Clarence B around the outside of Canted Candace. Back to second last, Dubawi Bull, who spots this leader about 8 lengths. And the trailer on the
I
outside,
like
True
where
Shot.
three's at.
Computer Hacker on the inside, being
Yeah.
engaged all the
Need to
way
get
here by
that four
Whitingfield,
going.
about 3
We need
lengths
to get
away.
4 moving.
Came over on the inside.
we gotta get
Royal
the four
Hudson, the
going.
outer Adesso, they race in
Come on,
tandem, closing
Saheed.
on the top pair.
Every
6
time
and a
I bet
half to
Saheed
O
tonight,
Peanuts,
he's
trying
just
to
not
run for the
doing
back.
anything.
Four
True
doesn't
Shot
look
around the
comfortable,
outside
yeah.
of
Like a
Clarence B.
dead anchor.
Oh, trouble. We've lost
Oh,
a couple
whoa.
of them there.
damn.
And now that
Real
they just took
difficult
the 4 out, the
situation
4
for
took
both
up.
Clarence B
Oh,
and 2 horses out the
Not
race.
good.
Dubawi Bull is still involved, and O Peanuts. And as they come down the side, a few of them out of this one, Canted Candace as well, and also
Wow.
True Shot. But as they come to the stretch, the leader by 2.5, Whitingfield raced
That
away from Royal Hudson, Computer Hacker. Dubawi
Three's
Bull is
gonna win for
chiming in as
fun.
if it's just started the race. Here comes Dubawi Bull over the top of them.
3-9 now
In front, Royal Hudson on borrowed time.
because the 4's
Dubawi
out
Bull
of it.
cruising up on the
9's going
outside.
to win.
And Dubawi Bull and Royal Hudson battle it out. Royal Hudson and Dubawi Bull.
No, 3's holding.
Dubawi Bull trying to go on by. And as they go right down to the wire, Royal Hudson kicks on the
Whoa,
inside
I
with
think the
Dubawi
three
Bull. A
may
gap
have
to
held on.
Three
Whitingfield.
got
And
it.
then came
3-9.
on Peanuts.
But there we
Computer
go. That
Hacker.
9. I like
And
it.
the last Canted Candace did finish the course. So we've got horses that we need to check on. And the attendants are on the track. Stand by
So
for
guess what I
stewards'
had in stable
information.
duel?
what'd you
3-9.
have?
I had 3-9.
Yeah.
Stewards inquiry
Wow,
into
there
the
you go.
incident involving those
Wow,
horses that
Tim.
came down, and
So,
the riders
yeah,
and more to come.
The
Final time,
TVG feed kind of came in
143.46 a photo for the
handy
win.
now because I was able to see it again, and it's the 7 and the 8 clipped heels.
Yeah, they
Got it.
clipped and a rider went off. The horses didn't go down, but the rider went off, and then the 4 took up because he was right there and didn't want to hit the rider.
Yeah,
But
4
here's
was
the
backing up,
thing,
too.
and I know Sean can concur with me on this because you talked about it. Look, I had a little bit of a wager on this with my exacta box and my alls in the trifecta, but especially with everything going on out at the Breeders' Cup and the sad week that it's been as we're building up. Every time we can run a race like this and something happens and all the horses finish and everybody's
First quarter at
okay,
24
I
and 2, the
forget
half
my
48
money.
and 1, 3/4.
Forget about my
down at
money.
12.
Okay,
and
I'm
3,
okay.
and the
All
mile
the horses are
139 and 1,
okay.
the
Everybody's
time
okay. The connections are good.
143.46.
You know what? And we love this game, but we love these animals. And you know, it's been a sad week, but I will pay my money to see those horses come home okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Agree,
Yeah.
100%.
That was like I was saying that the other day. I had a pick 4 at Gulfstream, and I actually knew Louis, who's the owner of him, right? And that's why I wrote it, because I would have won 16-20 on
Yeah,
a pick 4, right? And his horse, who's a very young strategy Jack, who's going to be a very good horse. He looked like he was coming around the turn, and he looked like he was just going to blow them away like easily by like five lengths. Edgar had a perfect spot. And then when he just came right up to the guy, went around, and just the horse took a bad step. And he would have blown by like
Clarence
5.
B was
He would have won
involved
by
in that.
5,
The winner
6
is the
lengths
3
easy,
Royal
you know?
Hudson
And I would
over
have had a
the
big hit. the
I saw that
pain
race.
that
Bowie
Louis
Bull,
and his
and third
connection
6
suffered was
Whitingfield.
10
Fourth was
times
the
more
one.
than I'll ever suffer. You know what I'm
Peanuts.
saying?
True
Absolutely,
shot
Sean.
also.
Exactly. The
Oh,
talent
absolutely.
that young horse had, you know, and the care and the love that they put into him, you know, it doesn't matter.
So
Yeah.
sad. Yeah, it's just like, they're family members. They're with them all the time, and it's just the hard work. And you said it
Yeah.
perfectly, Tim and Sean. Yeah, just a emotional week, and you just got to be thankful when everybody gets home safe.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
and if you saw there in that shot they were showing coming down the stretch, there are two riderless horses that are running down the stretch. But the great thing about this is those horses are running down the stretch.
Royal
right?
Hudson is the
Yeah.
unofficial winner.
And I
Royal
can say
Hudson
this
is
not
success for
being
Pat Barrente as winning trainer.
biased, but
And
so many
for
times
ownership
on the
of
synthetic,
Copper Water Thoroughbred
they
Company Limited.
still
this
run. You
2-year-old
know what I'm saying?
Kentucky bred
It's very rare
is a
where you
big
see
gelding
them
who's
break
by Air
down.
Force
You know what I mean?
Blue out of
They'll
Bumble
throw
Pop.
their jockeys, but
Bred by
they'll run.
Copper
You know what
Water
I'm saying?
Thoroughbred.
Right.
And we hope
Right,
both
yeah.
jockeys are
Limited.
okay.
Absolutely.
Kazushi Kimura with
And
the
I don't
winning
mean to
ride
minimize that
on
at
Royal
all
Hudson
because,
in
that's a
third
serious
lifetime
thing as
start.
well. But I
Breaks
love when
through.
the animals are still up and running. And
Yeah.
we've lost some great
3, 9, 6,
horses
1
this week.
unofficial.
And two of my favorite horses in this 3-year-old campaign year. And it's just like, and the other one, we didn't lose the horse, but Archangelo is a horse that I've absolutely loved this year. And now the horse has had this issue and is being pulled out and now it's being retired to stud. And, I wish them all the best, but I just don't think that this is good for racing. I really don't. And, continuously retiring 3-year-old horses that are lightly raced to stud. I'm not sure that that's what we want in this game. And
Right.
I'm all about if the horse can't run, then I don't want the horse running anymore. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm just
Right.
saying we've got to figure out a better way to be able to get our horses to where they're sound enough and healthy enough to continue to run and have solid older year campaigns. Because that's one horse that I know that Jenna talked about several times is they were looking forward to the 4-year-old year for that horse.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, I mean, I saw a lot of
Fire
tweets
concluded,
saying,
no change to the top
thankful that the
4.
horse is
That
okay, and
result will
then
become official.
people obviously want to see the horse run at 4. It's a fine line. Yeah.
It is. And the thing with Rocket, that really saddens me. That's a horse I was really highly on this year.
Yeah.
And Sean knows as that horse went up to run in New York, I was talking about on the broadcast here in the lounge the week before, I was saying that's a single. And people weren't looking at that horse. And I'm like, that's a single. And I love the Rocket. And the injury and then the surgery and the fact that he didn't recover, it's just really sad for all connections involved. It's really sad. And
Sure.
We love this game. And I made a comment to Jessica the other day because she was commenting about this and how she sometimes questions whether or not she's part of the problem because we're in this game. And you guys know I took a little bit of time off after some of the incidents in Saratoga.
Right.
And I thought about this myself. And here's what I told Jessica is that I'm like, the fact that I care tells me I'm not part of the problem. It's if you play this game and you just don't even care about that, that's when you really need to ask yourself if you're part of the problem. But the fact that we care about these animals and that stuff still affects us, when you look at the numbers, even though any number is bad, but the numbers are still down in injuries in horses in the races over the last few years. And
They are.
And we can be thankful about that. And any number is bad. I'm not going to say if any horse goes down, it's always going to be a bad thing. But I think those of us who care about this game, not only from the wagering perspective, but about the horses, we're always going to question what more can we do for the animals. But being gamblers and loving this game is not a part of the problem.
Right. Yeah. And I can see from the comments, by the way, once again, the Juba family at Charlestown just taking names. There was one night, it was a Juba pick 3 in the early pick 3. It was Juba,
West
Juba,
Virginia Champions Night, I think, recently,
a
couple of weeks ago. It was like 3 or 4 Jubas won.
Yeah, well done, Charles. Yeah, my boy Juba is they brought him down to West Virginia.
Hey, well, I don't want to spoil anything, because if you really want to hear what I've got to say, you're going to have to tune in to the 24 hours of Breeders' Cup.
Yeah.
But I've got some Chucktown angles. That's all I'm going to
Okay.
I can't wait to
say.
hear them. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I got a couple angles I'm working on. I'm still time, but I'm still I'm probably gonna even look at some races tonight though, for sure.
Yeah, well done, Charles. Yeah, exactly. And look at see that's what I'm talking about there too. Look at that. The favorite with the 3, with the 9, who was bet down, and you still get a $27 exacta. You're not going to get that in a lot of other tracks. You know what I'm saying? With the favorite on top.
Now this was your 9, Tim, that the
Absolutely.
public was all over. So that's really telling. And the 9 just lost by literally, there it is right there.
Right.
That's pretty close.
Half
Yeah.
ahead.
Yep.
I thought it was a little closer than that, actually. Wow.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's gonna put me up closer to Sean.
It will. Yes.
So what is that?
And Sean,
61 and a 40?
going into that race, Sean didn't take anybody, and Sean only had 1 horse left. I still had 3, so I was down there a little bit, but it's because I didn't use as many horses yet. So after that 100 points comes in for me, we're going to be in good shape, and I'm up giving Sean a run for his money.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
Wow,
yeah.
look at you guys facing
How
off
many?
here.
Wait a minute. How many times have you seen the Riders Up logo just slowly move up the board, and then right at the end, boom! It's like the piranha just strikes out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden, he's
you're
up
in
at the
trouble
top.
when you see him in the leaderboard. Yep.
Right now, I'm hanging on to 10th, which is the last money spot. I'm hanging on to 10th in Santa Anita as well.
Oh, there you go. I'm dead last at Santa Anita.
Oh, all right.
Tim,
Yeah.
I was telling him, you know me, you know my rule. I broke my cardinal rule today. I put a team in 5 minutes before Santa Anita just to have a team. Did not handicap. Just went on, and what happens when you do that? You fall down to the bottom.
It's just losing.
You have to go on the horse.
So 10 minutes, Sean?
Huh?
You said with 10 minutes?
Oh, like 5 minutes to go. I put him.
See, there's your problem. I did it with a
Right.
good 12 minutes left.
See,
Oh,
exactly.
all right.
See, you
That's
did
a
the
puzzle.
10-minute rule. Exactly. Right. Exactly. See?
All right.
Yeah, that's something.
Trisha,
You know,
I'm always
Tim,
teasing. I'm
yeah.
a big tease, Trisha.
Tim, I don't know if I've talked to you since, but I got 50 game credits for placing in that 2022 tournament. So I was happy
Right.
about that.
Oh, you did. Wonderful.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I
the
got
one you
second last
finished
spot.
just in front of me.
Oh, that's now I'm rubbing it in. I
Oh.
feel bad now. Oh yeah,
Damn
you
you, Keith.
commented. You're like, that's me. Yeah.
Keith just had to be like, "Hey Tim, you remember I beat you?" That's what he's trying to say.
Totally didn't mean to do
That's
that.
literally what he's trying to say. Don't let him fool you.
Oh, man.
Okay, we
No,
are
I know you-
18 minutes away from the finale here at Woodbine.
All right, we got the
And
super high five.
and we'll read the
Yeah.
conditions here. 7 furlongs, maiden 15,000 for maidens, fillies, and mares, 3-year-olds and up. Okay, Keith, who is your top 3 picks here, my friend?
All right, let's see. I'll dive right into race 8 here. Let's look at this. Yeah, I actually am looking it over here for you. Let's see what I got. So yeah, I'm looking at the number 3 as my top pick, Hurricane Gizmo.
Okay.
And I know this horse disappointed as the favorite last time. We all know this famous angle of Emma Jane Wilson winning the last race of
Yes.
every card. I mean, I really didn't want to factor that into my handicapping, but,
You have to.
definitely a pretty crazy angle. And I just thought, just looking at this race, I really thought that this horse, I know was disappointed 5th, but as I read the comment here, made a little impact. I just thought sometimes they say 4th start. I know the 3rd start's very famous in the cycle, but the 4th start maybe, just facing a little easier today. I just thought Hurricane Gizmo, and not really getting bet right now, but I gave that horse a look, the 3. And then I looked at one of my prices in here. I put in a couple of prices, was the 5 Gonna Win. is actually a horse I really looked at. Now this horse drops to the lowest level of her career, and has been racing consistently, and should have with this many races under her belt. I was looking at just a pretty solid cycle of racing. Just every looks like we've got 2 races in August, 2 in September, 2 in October, and now we're just starting November. So I just thought this horse is kind of as a 3-year-old filly's kind of building stamina and could get a good price here on this 5. So I just thought, that could be a nice price play with some decent, Flores is the jockey there on the 5. And then I just thought this horse was interesting. I just threw it as a third choice is the 7, Gavel Girl. And I just thought this was an interesting thing. So this horse bolted the turn last time and just walked off. It didn't even finish the race. I just maybe with the as I look here, adding the blinkers here, blinkers off. So that's actually an angle there where maybe the horse was maybe a little too amped up last time and kind of bolted. And this is actually hopefully the horse will get its first real shake on the synthetic. That was supposed to be the first synthetic race on October 7th. And so I just thought that was interesting that this horse didn't even get a chance to really race that day. And, coming out of a much tougher condition, a $40,000 maiden optional claiming. So I thought the 7 had a look too, but I'm really kind of focused on the 3, 5, and 7 here.
There you go. Tim?
I'm a little bit different. There's a horse in here I like a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean mucho, mucho, mucho. So I'm going with the 9, Mucho Mystique.
There you go.
Here's a horse that if you look at, the horse has only had a couple of races, but one of the things I always look at is who had the best last race speed figure. And the last race speed figure for this horse, it kind of towers above the rest of the field. So I really like this horse. I think the horse has a chance. When I watched that race, it's like this horse, if you look, out of 11 horses, the horse was 9th most of the way. And I think they were just saving ground. And that was after a slight bump in the beginning. And then they came charging down the lane. And it doesn't look like they came charging because it says 8-6. But I want you to look at the fact that they were 5.5 lengths. And even though they were 6 lengths at the finish, that's by 3/4 of a length. They were across the track. Okay. So that was a really close race. This is a race, I'm going to say right off the bat, that when I looked at conditions of where everybody's coming out of, I threw it out. I didn't even look at it because everybody's dropping in here. They've all come from about the same level. So I don't even care about, level of the horse and everything in here, although it's an angle I typically look at. So for the second place horse, I'm going to the 1, Lady Eva. I like the Cassie angle. This horse is dropping from a maiden special weight. And even though a lot of the horses in here are dropping, not a single one of them has been racing in special weight class. So I think even though I just said I'm not looking at the drops, that's a significant one. And when you add a 5-pound weight allowance for the Sophia Vivas herself, I like this angle. I really think that the horse has been off since December, but look at those works. I mean, they're solid across the board. The horse is working. I think Cassie gets his horse ready. We already know that Cassie's had a great meet. He's winning at 20%. What more needs to be said? So I like 9 and 1. And then Keith already talked about the 3. I agree with a lot of what he said about the 3. I think the 3's got a legitimate chance, but I'm going to put the 3 behind the other 2, and I'm going to play the 3 for third. So I'm 9, 1, and 3 in here, Sean.
All right. There you go. And my horse is totally different than both of you.
This is that kind of race, I think.
So tell me the 6.
Huh? Yeah, exactly. With El Charan. Exactly. My pick of the was definitely the 2, Sweeping Passion, for my buddy Patrick Dixon. KK looking for the double here. What I like about this horse is that Patrick's known to give them a try and then put them where they belong. Put them at 5.5. KK was on there. It was in very tight. and came in 5th. Stretched him out to 6.5. Came out on the outside run, came solid 3rd, almost got 2nd, and now Patrick stretches him out to 7. KK stays on for the 3rd time. And I think they found the distance this horse is going to be, and I think especially Colebrook and Patrick are always dangerous together. I think this is going to be a very tough horse coming down the lane. So I was 2, 9, and 5.
Wow, I'm glad it's not my race to make the decision. Hopefully,
yeah,
so.
yeah. Mine's yeah, exactly. Mine's gonna be a very simple one here. I'm gonna try to beat the 9, and I really do like this too. I think Patrick's the type. What do you call it? Patrick's been on a really roll. Yep. Todd, Colebrook and Patrick have been on a real roll, very similar to the Dalos effect, and they both have KK involved. So, yeah. So,
Cool.
Let's see here.
Let's see, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just check the odds here. It is a mighty cold night, and thank you to everybody for joining us tonight. And again, anyone who wants to drop a super chat of any amount, they will send you the full card analysis for both days. So take advantage of that if you want those picks, some great picks indeed.
I will say, if you guys haven't looked at some of the full race evaluations that the formula has been putting out, take a look at some of those. Watch some of the videos, and look. You don't have to agree with it, but every bit of information you can get from a good handicapper with good evaluation tools, that's just something else you can add to your own evaluation of the race.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's like that's a good point. It's just, you don't have to agree with it, but it's just like you could build a knowledge of the races and really kind of, form your own opinion at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
And like I say, if you want the best tips of all, you're going to have to tune in early hours, Friday into Saturday morning.
After hours.
When Keith and I
That's right. The deadly duo. Yep.
Yeah, it's after. It's like the late night show.
and make sure that you bring your beverage of choice. We're going to be doing lots of shots.
Yeah. And their special guest that night will be as follows: Jojo Moreira, Yutaki Taki, Christopher Lemaire.
Yeah, you never know who's going to pop in the chat or especially the show. Yeah. It's going to be interesting.
Exactly. But we thank you, everybody, for joining in tonight. No, Todd, tomorrow night from 3:30 all the way to the next day, 24 hours.
Yeah, I'm not a huge nap person, but I might have to consider that maybe a little bit before Santa Anita.
I'm just going with the coffee in between the drinks, the hard drinks, Sean and Keith, and I'm just gonna try to ride it out.
Yeah, why not? We'll just it doesn't happen.
You only live once.
Exactly.
I'm young.
There you go.
Hey, here's our friend Trish with a great pick here. Let's see. Win Maryland in the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf. Getting the Hong Kong Vase winner at over 20-1 is a dream. She has been losing, but she has been losing to Equinox and most is stopping. Wow. Talk about two class animals indeed, Trish. So that is a definite value play there. One to be watching there in the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf for sure.
I know a lot of people are giving my girl tomorrow a lot of heartache about running 2 turns for the first time, but I'm just going to go on record right now without even hitting the broadcast yet. That girl running tomorrow, and Sean knows who I'm talking about, and we'll name the name here in a second, but she is special, people. She is just like her mama, and I think she might be better.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
and she's
I know who you're
special.
talking about.
And if you ask Mike Smith, he will tell you. He said the first time he rode her, he's like he felt something underneath him that he's like it's just a different feel when you get on a special horse.
Yeah.
And even what's so scary is that she made the same exact move at the same exact spot that her
Wow.
mom did to the T.
Yes.
You know,
Your
and
pedigree right
it was
there. And
eerie.
you-
It was
you
like
remember-
watching mom.
I commented to you the day that happened, if you
Yep.
remember, and I said she
Yep.
is just like her mama.
Yep.
Amazing.
Crazy.
Yeah, I just pulled her up here. Yeah, so we got Boltioro out of Beholder. Yep.
Yeah, and
She-
Blair
she-
likes the
she
3
is
7.
like-
Oh,
she is
BB
like
Thompson
Beholder
alert.
Sorry, I blew up your spot, Tim, but yeah, that's her.
378.
No, I'm sorry. I'm like hijacking the host stream here. I'm sorry, but I
think
just think
it's
she's special, and I really do. I can't wait till next year.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
she's
I
gonna
can't
be-
wait till this weekend to see her run, but I really want to see her next year. I
she
think
could be special.
I think she's
Yeah.
a special filly.
Yeah, and Christopher D'Souza's got a 134 exacta box try box here.
Let's
Yeah,
see
how
if they've
about this,
posted those scores. I want to see where we're at in Stable Duel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, keep me updated. Yeah.
No, not yet. They didn't post them. They don't want me scaring Sean just yet.
I know. I think I'm going to be thrown into second or close to it. I
No,
don't know.
I can't catch you with that one. So I mean, you're still going to be in first, but
yeah, I think
mean,
the
you're still
second
at
place
least going to
person
be ahead of me, right?
I think the second place person had the 5, and I think the 5 came in 5th. I think. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, but that's going to be 10. That's going to still leave them a couple points
Oh.
behind you.
yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So we'll see.
Let's see,
And my condolences to Big Red, who his last 2 horses in the last race were the 6 and the 7.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a tough break.
So it looks like tomorrow, I was looking at the schedule for Santa Anita tomorrow. It looks like, yeah, we actually don't have a Breeders' Cup race till the 5th race. And that's 5 o'clock Eastern time.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that's a good thing about it being out in Santa Anita is you can still get off work and hit some of the major races. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Which, you know, the one thing I hate about that is the way they're operating Saturday. So the Classic, they're still like,
Yeah,
you know, they're
I'm
still
not a
several
huge
races.
fan.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not either. And you know, I get the East Coast. I get that, you know, NBC has their
That's
Saturday
huge.
football and everything. But I'm sorry, this is
Yep.
Breeders' Cup. It's like if you want to go to football, that's okay. Somebody else will pick it up. But let's not change to where the Classic should be one of the last 2 races.
Yeah.
Yeah, even when they pulled the draw, like I was just surprised that it wasn't the last race for the post draw too. Like it should be like the main event, you know, of the pay-per-view. Yeah.
It should. The Classic should
That
be
was
one of the
fun.
last 2 races. I mean, a lot of times the feature won't be the last; it'll be the next to last, you know, and then there's
Right.
one after that. But the Classic should not be where it is right now. That's just not fair.
Yeah, and then I saw some
I get
chatter,
I
too.
get the West Coast thing, but look, if you're gonna have it out there, and I'm not opposed to that, but it's just like you can't change it for the East Coast and the time and the football.
That's
Yeah.
true. No, I
No,
agree.
I agree. But at
And
least
then,
we're
they
now.
don't even
At
have
least
a
we're
Big
not being
5
preempted
ending with it.
anymore by European soccer or cornhole. So we're at least making it in the right direction.
Yeah, I saw some chatter online too that they don't even have like a huge sequence ending on the Classic. Like I thought usually it would be like at least a pick 5 or something ending on the Classic.
Yeah, and let's see here. Anthony has a 5-4-3. Good luck, Anthony. Cindy's going bomb hunting here. She loves the 6, playing 6 with the 1, 2, 4, 7, 9 in reverse. Charles has got 1 over the 4, 2, 8, 9 exacta try super key box at Woodbine. And Todd's singing Jolene, Jolene, only is Jodine, Jodine.
I'm telling you, I'm getting ready to cash big here. 9-1. Although my 9-1, all of a sudden my 9, which I thought was going to be okay, is like now all of a sudden 5-2. It's like
5-2.
hadn't this happened to me like all night long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, the price, and then it just no, you brought up a lot of good points with the 9. You get Patrick Husbands. And, yeah, I like these workouts with the 9 too, so that's good.
Yes.
But whose race is it now? Is it back to you, Sean, or
Yes, it is.
It
Yeah.
is.
and what's our bankroll right now? It's probably like I think it's in
Our
the
bankroll's
30s.
at $34.
Nice. All right. Well, we
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
last
We're right
race,
there.
the get out race.
Finish
We're
strong,
right there.
Sean.
Yeah. My guess is they're just gonna go right out, maybe cold. Christopher
Yeah.
D'Souza is going 100 to win on the 3. He likes the 3. With a jockey change here to Daisuke Fukumoto.
Oh yeah, all right. Yeah, it's 0 minutes to post, and we're still in the paddock. Maybe
Yeah.
they're just kind of regrouping from the previous race. Yeah.
I just
Slight delay.
I really did not want this 9 to be the favorite. I wanted a bit of a
Yeah.
price.
Yeah.
I just was interested on this 7. Yeah, that was my note, is that it bolted, and then now they're taking the blinkers off. So maybe this horse will relax a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
The one thing about that horse, Keith, and I looked at it as well. I was not a fan of the jockey change. That's the only thing I
okay.
dislike about it.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's a severe jockey downgrade from what's been riding this horse, and that tells me that the better jockeys don't want to ride this horse.
That's true. All right. So it could be a telling sign. Yep, with the jockey game. And
Well,
what about you,
we have
Sean?
this delay.
Because when the agents of these jockeys get involved, they want their
That's
want
true.
their jockeys to have a chance to win. And when you see the lower percentage jockeys getting on board, it's because the agents of the better jocks, especially if they've ridden it before, they didn't want anything to do with the horse. They want a better chance to win and cash some money.
Yeah.
Cash some money.
Yeah.
Yep, cash a check. And what about you, Sean? You're gonna be on the 24-hour marathon, but
I
it's
am.
like you might actually be on Saturday, so that's great.
I am on Saturday, 7 to 12 noon. I am on 5
all right.
action-packed hours.
I'm gonna try to
7
get on in the morning with you too, Sean.
While you
Yeah, I'm
two
gonna
are
try to hop
nursing your
back on, yep.
hangovers, trying to getting over your shift with the sake and the
Hey, Sean, here's the secret. You
Yeah.
can't have a hangover if you just keep drinking.
That's true. See, exactly.
Coffee
See, there's no
and-
hangover. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
So it's going to
true.
carry
This is
right
gonna
into my
remind me
show,
of,
which is great.
an overnight job that I had. Like
Sean's
doing
going to be like,
inventory.
how the hell are you drunk at 7 o'clock in the morning?
Right?
It's like,
I was-
is it 7 o'clock in the morning or is it 7 o'clock from last night?
That's right. See, exactly. See.
But yeah, it's gonna be a blast and a half. Yeah.
It'll be fun.
And Rick has got a 9 with the 1, 2, 3 with the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, and 9. Okay.
And I'm just going to throw another tease out there for the audience. There are some great special guests coming on board, and I'm not going to name any of them. You're going to have to show up to see who they are.
Love it. Love it.
And wait, you gotta tune in to see. Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
The chat is gonna be the chat is always a great thing. It's just gonna be very interacting with everybody.
I'm going to get in the chat when I can't get on and broadcast.
Yep. Oh, we don't even have jockeys getting a mount right now, so we'll see. Yep.
Yeah, they're definitely waiting to go like straight out. But I'm wondering why it says slight delay.
Yeah.
Well, you know why? Because it's probably one of the 2 jockeys on the 6 and the 7.
That's right. Yeah, maybe a little
Probably-
jockey change.
Probably that they're probably helping. Something happened out there,
Might be.
And once that ambulance leaves, they need another ambulance.
Yep.
So
Exactly. No, you're right.
That's my guess. That's what.
No, that's a great point, Sean. They have to have an ambulance on track, and if somebody was transported to the hospital, they've got to wait for another one
Yeah,
to show
they
up.
gotta wait.
Yeah.
They gotta wait for another ambulance.
Great point for those who aren't familiar with that.
Yeah. Bobby D is in the house. Hey, buddy, how are you? Don't worry. Yeah, good luck this weekend, my man. Always glad to have you stop by. Say hello.
You too, Bobby. And if you haven't heard, Bobby, there's a 24-hour broadcast that's going to take place starting tomorrow all the way through the end of the races on Saturday. So make sure you join.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Definitely join. Yeah. It's gonna be a blast. Yeah. What does it start? 3:30
3:30
tomorrow.
p.m.
Wow.
Be there, be
Very cool.
square. Yeah.
I think I already like the video, so that's great.
And the riders not involved were Rachel Slavinsky and Sky Shanette. So we send our prayers to both of them that they were
Yeah.
okay.
Does everybody want a big teaser for Saturday? Here we go. Make sure
All right,
you
I
watch
want to
it.
hear it.
Oh,
here we
look
go.
at that.
Nice.
The white Abario hat. Exactly.
If you fade him, you're losing.
Tim,
Stone
true
Cold
story.
Steve.
Keith and I had dinner with his owner
Yeah, that
at
was
Parks,
awesome.
the CNC guys.
Man,
Exactly.
I love C2. They are
Yeah.
great people. What they do, and I don't know them personally. I just know of what they do for
Yeah.
taking care of like
They do. They love their horses.
Yeah.
and like a lot of the things that they do to contribute money to get some horses and get them into retirement facilities and to some locations and
Beautiful thing.
to really rescue some horses. And they do great things for the industry. And
Yeah.
you know, that's one of the reasons I started following their stable. I've loved White Abario since the horse was early on in his 3-year-old races, but
Yeah, in Gulfstream,
and the
yeah.
horses had a really good 4-year-old year, and the trainer change on this horse, and this is something I'll talk about tomorrow, but the trainer change has been amazing for this horse. He's really stepped up and responded, and he's a legitimate threat this weekend.
Yeah. We have an update here. We have an update. That Riders Up guy has moved up to 6th place.
I thought you were going to say Riders Up guy is the jockey change. I was like,
yeah, he will be riding. Exactly. Yep.
Never count that guy out.
Never,
Right,
ever.
exactly.
Exactly.
He's right behind Papa's picks.
Yep, Papa's picks in 4th. Spin is gotten back to 2nd.
But here's the thing,
And Richard's Christina.
Papa has no
up.
more horses. I've got another horse.
Yeah.
Now, I want to tell you guys something interesting here. I was looking at the will pays of the pick 6, and this 2 horse is the clear favorite in the pick 6 will pays.
That is my that's a 5 out of 6, Keith.
You think so? Wow.
Yeah.
You sure? Because the 9 is 104.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the 2 happens to be the horse that Sean has in Stable Duel.
Yes, and it just happens to be on my video. Yep.
At a 6 situation.
And that happens to be the 10 to win in place bet that I am putting in the last race to get us over the top.
So all in here. And then it looks like then we have a couple of horses. Let's see. We got the 3. This must be a 5 out of 6, right? Or I don't know. I think that's actually 5.
Hit. Everybody else
hit
does
with the 3.
And by the way, has anyone done this before? I have done this before, especially at Saratoga. If I see a carryover and it's like a Thursday or Friday and like 2 favorites and everybody else, I bet everybody else. I'm like, here we go. We're getting a carryover. One of these other horses is going to win, and one of them wins.
It's good stuff. Wow, we still got horses walking around here.
Yeah, they're just waiting for the ambulance. I think that's got to be.
I'm pretty sure you nailed it, Sean. That's probably
definitely.
Yep. And I'm sure they're just waiting.
Oh, we got a little Thursday night football going on here too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And thank you, Cindy. Yeah, 1 and 3 are the only live pick 6 horses. One thing you will know about the pick 6 is that up there it's all Americans who play it. That very few Canadians play.
Yeah, wow, look at this. Yeah, that's a good point, Cindy. And then looks like the 6 is if that 6 ever came in, it would be 5 out of 6, but that's a nice payout. Yeah.
I need the 5 here. Can we get the 5?
Yeah. Can bet, yeah.
I need the 5 because that's who I have in Stable Duel, and
that
will allow me to overtake that spin guy.
Well, I hope you guys at least all finish in the money still. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping. Try to get a little update here. See if we can see here. See if I can get us an update here. Using my things exactly.
Oh,
Let me see here.
slight delay. Yep.
Define slight.
Alrighty.
Yeah, because this would have been. I think this would have been canceled if they had like other problems. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, they
Right.
would have already addressed it.
Exactly. You know,
You know-
they wouldn't.
you know
They
what-
wouldn't have put slight delay. You know.
You know what's interesting as we continue to wait is my picks were 9-1. So the 9 is now the second favorite, but look who's the favorite all of a sudden.
Yeah, the one. Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
And the 1 wasn't on the radar this morning.
No. No.
But all of a sudden the horses
Look at the show pace: 1,400, 1,600, 1,200. Like the 1, 2, and 3 are like all like peas in a pod.
It is. Now they got the horses back in the stalls, so let's see
Yeah,
if we're gonna
I
get
think
an update.
we're hopefully
Yeah.
finally getting ready to.
Yeah, the jocks are out, so they
Yeah,
sent the
there we
jocks
go.
out.
I think we're getting
All right,
ready
cool.
to.
We got movement.
We're getting ready to rumble. We probably have an ambulance on the scene.
So it's interesting. I was looking at Saturday's card, and it looks like the pick 5, the late pick 5 is, let's see,
Yeah.
we got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it ends on the 11th race this time. All right. So it ends actually on the Breeders' Cup Sprint.
Here they come out.
Let's do it.
This probably won't be a long post parade, I would
No.
think.
Oh yeah, they'll expedite this. Yeah.
So me personally, I'm going 1-9 exacta box. And
Yep.
those two with all in the try.
There we go. Yeah, the one could definitely be the Casse effect. You're right, Cindy.
Oh yeah. They actually updated the post time now. It says 8 minutes. I like when they do that on the toe.
Yeah, they do up there. They're very, yeah, exactly. Yep.
Good.
They'll give them a chance, you know.
Todd's saying it's all 1-2-9.
This is
Yeah,
one.
there's a
2,
lot of
9.
horses
There you go.
getting bet here too. Yeah.
Yep.
You know, I agree with the 1 and 9. I definitely think the 2 has a piece, but I'm not sure it's all those horses. I think there's a lot. I really like this 5. The 5 is who I played in Stable Duel. I thought it was a value pick.
Yeah.
I think the horse can definitely be a part underneath. I'm not sure it's a win candidate, but I think the horse can be underneath. It was a 12-1 morning line, is a bet down to 6-1 currently. And I think the horse has a legitimate shot at being second or third.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know. I think it's definitely good. Great Stable Duel horse to get in the money there, especially 12-1.
Yep.
Now, Tim, I know you used the 3, I think, for third. So yeah, this horse is 9-2 right now. All right. Yeah, there's really, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 horses really taking the bulk of the betting.
Yeah, this is a pretty wide open field.
Yeah, my handicapping in here was 9-1-3. Even though I played 5 in Stable Duel, that was a value pick
Right.
that I think can be in the top 5 and still give me points for what it cost. But my handicapping said 9-1-3 here.
Yeah.
All right, and here's the
Look at
experts.
this:
What they
9 and 3, 3
Yeah,
1 9 2,
right around.
9 2 3. We're all in the.
Yeah, pretty similar.
Cool.
But what I like is if you look at the morning line, the 9 was third. And I like the 9 on top. And now the 9, I think right now is what, second favorite?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting who the actual favorite's going to be here.
Right.
I
Yeah,
don't.
this-
I'm not.
But
I'm not.
I
believing it's gonna
always
be the
like to
one.
see where late money goes, Keith. That's
yeah.
that's
That's
it.
tonight. That's
where,
been
where,
very
where,
good. Yeah,
where are the syndicates putting their money?
yeah.
I think they had it at Monmouth where you could actually do the fixed odds, right? I think they actually had that where you can have a horse at a fixed odds. I never tried it before.
Yeah, and that was a Monmouth. They had fixed odds. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Blair likes the 7 across here, 11-1 at Woodbine. 2 people have Cindy 6 picked.
Nice.
You know, and you, Cindy, if you remember earlier when Sean was saying he was going in a different direction, I asked him if it was the 6, and there was a reason for that because I looked at the 6 a couple of times and I thought it might be a sneaky underneath pick, and that's why I asked him that. So I can see that. I can see why you're looking at the 6.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Now I'm gonna look at the 6. See, that's what I do. That's great thing about this sport. You could just look at people's horses, their opinions.
And Keith, while you're looking, I'll just add this. I mean, it's something that I looked at a couple of times and I watched races and I'm like, you know, I just think that there's more here. But when you really look at it and you look at the connections, I mean, the trainer is over 3, doesn't have a lot. The jockey is at 2%, only has 1 win in the meet. It's hard to back a horse like this, especially for on top. But that doesn't mean that the horse can't play a part, right?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Pat,
But
Todd.
I definitely don't like the 6 on top.
Yeah, Pat. If you're talking like Patrick Byrne, it's Byrne. That's how you say Byrne. It's Patrick Byrne.
Right. Well, this is
Todd. I hope you're right about the 5 being a player because I have it in Stable Duel, and if this 5 can actually win, I will lose my wager and I will beat Sean in Stable Duel. I'll take that every day, buddy.
Right. You want to win the contest.
Bragging rights. It's called bragging.
Absolutely. Eswan versus Kazushi. Here we go.
Now, one thing that's interesting here with that is that, I mean, according to this on the PPs, it says Flores actually, I don't know, sometimes they have commitments with trainers and owners, but Flores jumped off the 1 to ride the 5. It says here.
Yeah, my guess is Mark put Sophia up on that one.
Yes,
Right.
I was going to say the same thing. Sometimes it's not necessarily a jump off; it's what the trainer of the 1 horse picked.
That was called Mark had 4 horses in the race and probably needed a 4th rider, and he got Eswan.
And Mark's like, on this horse, I want my 5 pounds.
Yeah. That's it. The 5 pounds with this horse. Good point.
And with some horses, it really makes a difference, and others it doesn't make as much of a difference. And maybe he thought with her it might.
5 looks awful cold out there.
Yeah,
he could be the sleepy pig.
Hey, that's got a positive ROI. I think.
I know exactly.
Colin, are you in the chat?
I think I remember that horse at ASD winning, and everybody was like, "This, I can't believe it."
All right.
It was like 9-1.
I'm putting in my wagers. Here it goes.
Oh, the 8 looks pretty good. There's your 9 horse, Tim.
Yeah, it looks very mucho mystique. Yeah.
Yes.
Mucho.
Seditard, he's already had a good night with a couple of in the board, you know.
So it's going to be interesting. I don't know who's actually going to get the lead here. This is another race that I don't really see much pace in, but might get the 1 on the lead here. And especially with the weight break too,
The 8's ready to go.
I'm semi-interested in this 7. I know I keep bringing it back to the Gavel Girl, but I just want to see how this horse runs after bolting and not even finishing the course last time.
Kazushi looks good on the 2.
Nice.
3 looks solid. 1 looks solid. Well, my guess is, okay, if Mark's putting the 1 on here, I'm putting Sophia on the 1,
Yeah.
from the one pole. I don't think she has any choice but to send. She loves
Yep.
sending.
Yep.
You know, my ideal, if you're a 5 fan or if you're anything, your ideal scenario would be the 1 goes out for the lead and the 7 goes out with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
And
think the 7.
they
And
kinda,
Cindy just brought that up. Yeah, I think
yeah,
the 7's
exactly.
going to go too.
Yeah, exactly. And exactly, or like someone goes with the 1 early, you know, and they throw it down.
All right. If you haven't bet your trifectas, I'm going to recommend a 1-9 with a 1-9 with the 2-5.
Like it. There you go.
Nice.
And you might back that up with a 1-9 with the 2-5 with the 1-9.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we're getting closer here. Looks like I know we're at 0 minutes, but they're circling.
Yeah. Late money on the 9 now.
All right.
That's my top pick.
Kind of flip flopping here.
Now the favorite.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Maybe the 9 might be the favorite. I don't know. The 1 could go off the favorite, though. I think it's between the 1 and the 9 at this point.
Yeah.
And you know, it's interesting. The 3, who was a morning line favorite at 5-2, has dropped to 5-2 to 9-2.
I expect my 2 to maybe get a little money late.
Right. Probably 5-2 on the 2, I would say.
Yeah, 7-2. I think
I
could be.
I don't know. I think it's pretty solid where it's at. There's
Yeah.
at least the 1, the 3, and the 9 are going to be below the 2.
Yeah.
Right.
Which not to say the 2 doesn't have a chance, because I think it does. But if you look at the picks right there, HBI bet the 3-9-1, which is what we're looking at.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that looks pretty solid.
Yeah, I gave that 5 a look, too. So it's a good race here to end the night.
I like the 5. That's where I went with my
Interesting, the
stable
double
duel.
and the pick 3 favorite is the 2, you know?
Yeah, okay.
And I still like my picks on top of 1 and 9, but there's a reason I took the 5 in stable duel, because that horse is going to play a part of this race, and it was a good price.
Yeah. And Charles Blair has 5, 8, 10 at Remington, and Irving has them. Todd says the 9 catches them.
All right.
Charles has 2 over the 7, 6, 3, 8. Try super key box at Delta.
So I'm just going to say, let's go, Sophia.
Let's do it. And the night. So what's our official cocktail lounge bet? Did
We
you
have
one?
10 to win in place in the 2.
Okay, cool. That's right. Yep.
In Kazushi and Patrick, we trust.
Oh, 2 looks good. All right. These horses know it's go time.
We haven't heard a lot from KK tonight, and he doesn't like to be shut out.
And well, he just won the last race, so
Oh, okay.
So he's going for his double.
36
You're
to 1.
right.
he's going for his double.
Next to load is gonna win.
Double trouble. Down to 3 to 1.
Blair's going, here we go. If you're out there, 378
Yeah.
by the BBT.
And defamation comes up.
Rick's
is
got
good.
1919 with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
7 furlongs.
And
Yeah.
it's still out. In fact, defamation.
8's a horse I kept looking at when I was doing my handicapping with stable duel, and I couldn't like the horse enough. I just couldn't do it.
Gavel Girl
Here's
coming
my
to the
horse.
line, and Snow Lake is still to follow. So the field almost right. Gavel Girl, and now Snow Lake. Jody
8 looks
Anderson,
good though.
Your Mystique is in.
Does.
Lady Eva now at 5-2 at the start, and they're ready and they're off. And they began as 1, and one of the best into stride. Deep on the track is the grey Snow Lake, and showing up is
It's kind of what
defamation
we
in the
thought
center.
here. We got the
The other
1.
grey, and as they settle into stride, moving through on the inside, Lady Eva to contest the lead. A length and a half behind them is Sweeping Passion, and Gunner Win is moving up. Over on the outside, Snow Lake got back with Mucho Mystique towards the tail end, and over on the inside, threading through is Hurricane Gizmo. Almonte Princess is at the back. They're bunched up, and over on the outside,
I don't like the
Defamation
white
shades
trip of the
Lady
9.
Eva, and 3/4 away in third is Gavel Girl. A length to Sweeping Passion,
3's
Gunner
in a
Win, and
pretty
Snow
tough
Lake the
spot.
outside. Up the rails,
The 9
Hurricane
should
Gizmo
go
finding
inside.
another seam to go through to share third. Mucho Mystique is second last. On the inside is Almonte Princess. Inside the 3.5 and out in front, Lady Eva doing it nicely. Got
There's
the lead away
Sophia
from
on the front.
defamation. 1.5 to Gamble
exactly.
Girl
Get
on
the
the
little
inside.
weight there.
Hurricane Gizmo from
I want to
Sweeping
see if this
Dashing
7
gonna
can
win.
run.
And they're all being pushed along
Here
now.
we
There's
go.
Snow Lake at the back.
Sophia
Butcher
push.
Mystique is
Come on,
still
9.
behind Old Monte
There's your
Princess.
7.
There's my
Down to the
7
final
that could
quarter.
actually run.
And Lady Eva trying to shrug off
Oh,
Gamble
don't
Girl,
bolt
who's
again.
run pretty wide. Lady Eva cuts the corner really
Yep.
well and dashed out 2 in front. Coming
Kinda
home strongly
bolted a
now in
little
the
bit
center
there,
is
yeah.
Hurricane Gizmo. And down the outside, gonna win. Then Sweeping
Come on,
Dashing is
Patrick.
Snow
Come
Lake.
on.
Hurricane Gizmo eating
Get
up
up,
the
Patrick.
ground. Hurricane Gizmo races up to hit the front from Lady Eva.
Oh, here's your
And now
5.
on
I
the
hope you get
outside,
some with the
pouncing is
5.
gonna win. Hurricane Gizmo and
Get up,
gonna
5.
win. Hurricane
Oh,
Gizmo
wow.
narrowly from gonna win.
Come
2 or
on,
3 lengths away.
KK.
Lady Eva and Snow Lake.
I
and
am
behind
so
them,
bad
Butcher
at last
Mystique.
races. They
Robert
just
Geller
won't win
kills them
for
all
me.
the time. Yeah, I guess the 3 got it. It looks very close.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
That's
I
why
have the worst streak going. I was ahead at Mahoney the other day. My favorite dead last. I had a 7-2 tonight. Doesn't hit the board. Unbelievable.
you know one thing that I don't think they talked about, Sean,
Yeah.
is that there was a late rider change on the 3.
On the 3, Daisuke. Yeah.
Okay.
And the first quarter was
And that might have been a result of the previous race.
46.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
And
yeah.
quarters,
That
So
was,
one
yeah.
that 3 wins,
And
and
time
you know they didn't mention that. I don't think.
And guess
Yeah.
who the jockey is?
But
Oh, it's a late
Daisuke.
change. You're right.
Yeah. It was
Quarters
Daisuke.
3,
Yeah.
Hurricane
Emma.
Gizmo.
See,
Second is
so-
5. Gonna win a photo for show. 3, 5,
But
and third place.
that's why I
Yeah.
was saying,
Emma
Keith,
must
it
have
was
been
like
taken off for.
that's what I'm saying, Sean. That's kind of
Yeah.
worrisome in one way, but at the same time, nobody mentioned that was a jockey change.
Yeah, I didn't see it in the graphics or anything. Yeah, I
No.
see it actually here as I loaded the TVG. Yeah.
But listen, this is why I took this 5 in Stable Duel, because I'm telling
Perfect
you, I
example.
looked at that horse and I'm like, this horse has a shot at a chance.
Yeah.
You know, this was a legit. I know this was a tough race, but this exacta was gettable a little bit. Yeah. Because that 3, I know the 3.
I mean, I
was
love the
what?
5.
Yeah.
Place has gone to 1.
Yeah.
Lady Eva, 8. Snow Lake, 4th. And 9.
And then
Mucho
1, 8, 9.
Mystique.
I mean, 1 and
fifth.
9 are there.
With a
The
jackpot high
9, that
5,
was a
3,
horrible
5,
ride.
1, 8, 9.
Right. Yeah.
Look, I
The 7
I
made
say
it
this from
move and
time to
stop.
time, and I just want to say this online because it's like I made a post on Twitter and a couple of people hit me up about it, about me saying that a jockey had an absolute horrible ride on a horse over the weekend. Look, it happens, people. That jockey that I was talking about, I think that's one of the best jockeys in the country. I'm not talking
Yep.
about his ability. I'm not talking about how good he is. I'm not talking about how he is as a person, but that was a horrible ride he had in that race. And I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I singled him in that race. I hit him hard in a wager. And I'm just going to say this. That was the last day at Keeneland, and there were like mandatory payouts and everything. I singled him in that particular race. And if I get that win, I win the pick 6.
Right.
And it's just like, that's the only thing that kept me out of the pick 6 is because I singled that horse right there. So
Yeah.
I was a little bit perturbed, but it wasn't because the horse just didn't run. The horse was full of run, but the jockey put the horse in not 1, but like 2 or 3 bad positions. And it was a bad ride. Look, it happens, people. I do my job badly at times. And
Yep.
I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that was a horrible ride. I really don't think there's that. I'm not talking about how that person is as a person. I think
Yeah, it's
he's a
not
great
personal.
person and a good
Hurricane
jockey.
Gizmo has
You
come
know,
back
a
as
great
winner
jockey,
in the
one of the
final race
best
of the
jockeys.
program.
But that
And
was a
this is
bad ride.
success for
It happens.
owner
We
and
all
breeder
do bad
Yawen Wu.
times, right?
Yeah.
I don't
winning
think that
trainer
was a
is
bad
Barbara
thing to
Mitchell.
say, but some people hit
He's
me
a
up
filly
about
who's
how
3
that was a
Bay by
horrible thing for
Giant
me to
Gizmo.
say. And it's just
Out
like,
of
Oh, I
look,
didn't see it. All right. I'll have to
I'm
look
telling
up
you
now.
what,
Taking the winning
I
ride
was
is
on
Nice
track
Careful
that day, and I
Tomorrow.
will tell you this: his connections were not happy. They were
Right.
not happy.
They
When he
talked to
came,
him
when he
after.
came back, they were all over him, and I won't even name names. You can go back in my Twitter and find it if you want. But I'm telling you, his connections were not happy because they thought they were winning that day. Look,
Yeah.
there's only one reason you bring in a jockey that's not a normal jockey at a track, because you think you're winning,
Hurricane
right?
Gizmo has had
Yeah,
4 starts
absolutely.
and comes
Yeah.
out
End
now
of
with
story.
a victory, so has had a
Yeah,
previous
no,
third
yeah.
and today a very
And
solid
somebody
But
actually
look,
hit the pick
I,
6 with
that
this
that
one.
doesn't mean you're talking.
Water
I
stepping
didn't
in to
mean to
pick up the
interrupt you,
ride
Keith.
and
That
is a
don't mean
winner.
you're talking bad about a person. I think he's a great guy and a hell of a jockey.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't,
even
I
the
don't mean
top
that at all.
jockeys have bad rides
But
sometimes. Yeah.
look, they all have bad rides, but
Yeah.
that in particular, you go back. PM me if you want, DM me if you want, and I will tell you what race it was. You go back and watch the race and tell me it wasn't a bad ride.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here are the prices, and the winner
But
has returned.
anyway,
Hurricane
this was a
is
good
worth
ride.
$14.
That 5, that was a good
for the
ride.
win.
I thought that
Yeah,
was.
no,
And
that
Tim
was
beat me in
Place 4
stable
even to
though.
show.
So
Oh,
he's
that was a
happy.
nice
win,
exacta.
$10 and 5 even.
Yes,
That
somebody
exacta,
hit the pick 6 with
88.40.
this horse. It cashed out.
Wow.
Triangle for
Yeah.
217,
So
70. The
6,000,
Super's
Hey,
paid
hey, guys,
1,183.
look at that high 5 carryover.
And in the
Yeah.
jackpot
Ooh, I'm
high
gonna
5
play. So what does that
consolation,
mean? If you're the only ticket, you get
$2,773.
Yeah,
that
you're the
price?
only ticket. Yep.
But
348. And then
Listen,
it
Or
caps.
fifth, I should
I'm
say.
telling you, I got to
35189.
start playing the high 5 at
Carryover's just
Woodbine. That's
under
a bet I never
350.
play,
It's
but that's a hell of a pool.
348,000.
Yes.
$390.
I've done it at
20
Mohawk, Sean,
And
and
as
Tim.
far as the
It's
double,
like
a pair of
Yeah.
when they
threes,
have the huge,
1880.
like
Pick
when
3,
everybody's
433,
putting tickets in. I
$52.20.
put in a
The biggest
$40
return
ticket
in the
once,
swing
and
bet
I was close,
15,
but I didn't. But
920,
it's worth it,
460
though.
for
I mean,
3,
if the
5,
pool
1,
is like
3,
that.
425.
Yeah.
It's funny. Dave Weaver would actually like sometimes
And
key a
the
horse for 5th
Jackpot
and
Power
just
Pick
like
6
build around that.
details
That's
need
a
to be checked
bold
on the
strategy.
Woodbine.com website for the Jackpot Power Pick 6 payout details.
Yeah.
It appears there is a winning ticket.
Yeah, winning ticket.
Yeah.
It is a winning ticket.
Keith will know this. My Dan Torgman and I, when I was up there for the Queen's Plate, they had a mandatory
Show
high
photos.
5 payout, and he and I went together. He said, "Spin, you're the man. You let me know." So I picked them, and I had all 5 horses, but I had the 5 and 4th and 5th, and he came in 3rd and beat my 2 horses right at the line. Oh,
Tough game. Yeah.
bad beat, bad beat. Thanks, Trish, for joining us. Thanks, Charles.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Thank
BB
you, everybody.
Thompson. Thanks, Tony, Todd, everybody for joining us tonight. It was a fun night, guys. Always love having you guys. And remember, 24 hours. Exactly. These 2 will be on late night, exactly. When you're coming home from that bar and you're going for that sandwich, you turn it on and say, "There's Tim and Keith." Exactly. They'll have their sake, they'll have their shots. They'll have their,
It's going to be a lot of fun.
definitely want to stay tuned and watch them. Then they might even wander into my show. Who knows?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to pop back on at some point.
Yeah, but tune in. There's some other great handicappers on and people that
Yes.
you all know.
Yep.
And some maybe that you don't, and I'm not sure they've been on broadcast, but I saw a couple of names that they're people that at certain tracks they're like online personalities. They're like on track
Yeah.
personalities. So
Yep. Yep.
Oh no,
really-
yeah, we're
you
definitely
really
getting
need
like
to
celebrity
join.
personalities. Yeah.
make
Even though,
sure
like,
you
we're
join.
celebrities.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I think
It'll be a lot of fun.
that,
Yep.
there'll definitely be some insight. And here's the thing, as we always say on here, just take that insight along with your own opinions and you decide what you're going to bet. It's always
Absolutely.
your decision. It's always your decision. And all we're trying to do is help you make the better decisions. And,
Right.
and you may think against us, and that's okay. If we help you do that, more power to you. And if you're like
Exactly.
out there like Blair and you're like hitting every week, good job.
Yep. Amen. Amen. So,
Awesome,
well, thank
guys.
you to everybody. Happy
Thank you.
Breeders' Cup weekend, everybody. Good luck. Most importantly, let's get all the animals back healthy. Most importantly, and Zach, and let's have a fun weekend of the world's best. So we'll see y'all later.
great
Thank you for
weekend,
joining
everybody.
us, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Happy Breeders' Cup.